Alrighty, so I'm getting ready here to do another live stream. I just need to check a few things real quick, so give me a moment here. Alrighty, we should be good to go. So anyone who's watching this after the actual live stream, I've never played this game before, and this is basically just going to be a sit back, relax, and smell the roses type of game. It's kind of late. I'm just bumming around. I'm not going to sit here and just go nuts and laugh and hoot and holler and freak out and carry on. So if anyone's watching and you actually want to join in on the chat, join in on the chat, talk it up, have some fun, sit back, relax, grab a plate of dinner, see what's going on.
If the Inquisition can afford fancy new uniforms, it can afford bandages.
That's kind of irritating. Like, I'll be sitting here walking, everything seems fine, and all of a sudden I just hear chatter, like really important chatter, and it's super loud. And it's nothing. You come over here and it turns out, yep, it was nothing. It's just them talking. Like, that's fine, but why has it got to be so loud and prominent? Alright, so what I did here, I'm going to go to my journal, and you can toggle between the quests. And right now I'm going to do some side quests, maybe possibly to level up before I really go on to the Inquisitor's Path, which I do believe is the main quest of the game. And these are all like the side stuff. And I do like that you can toggle between them. That's extremely nice. So I'm going to do this and we're going to see what happens. So it says, with the right materials found, weapons for the Inquisition can be requisitioned through the quartermaster. Locate weapon materials. Iron, I already found it, and I need a logging stand. So if we go to the quest map, it'll show that's where I gotta go. And I can toggle that. And there we go.
One God, one life, one death.
So let's see what this is. Not enough materials for this schematic. Inquisition weapon. One logging stand. Okay.
How kind of him.
Interesting. So I wonder if the logging stand is way down here then. I'm going to look at the map real quick just to see if it shows anything. Huh. So it wants me to go way over there. What is this? Okay. Well, we're going to go and we're going to take care of this. And like I said, I've never played this game before in my life, so usually the best way of figuring out stuff is just, with me, like in Skyrim and stuff, it's like picking a nice little side quest and then just going and doing it. And as you begin to play, as you begin to familiarize yourself more with the game, you start memorizing stuff a lot easier. Like right now, I have no idea where anything's at, which is kind of irritating. I wish I could take my time to memorize stuff, but it's like, what am I going to do? Just walk around the entire city until I have the whole thing memorized? No, just start doing some side quests. And eventually I'll get better at this game. So we won't jump up here. Tough. You're just not allowed. That's weird. Something's running around up there too. What is that thing? I have no idea what that is. Okay. Alright, let's see if we can get around going this way. What is this now? Some more elf root. Alright, so I'm gonna... What the heck? Unless I'm not supposed to go this way. Is there a road or something? See, that's one thing that kind of irritates me too. Like, if I'm not supposed to go and do this side quest first, it's like I wish they would let me know. What is this? When the compass pulses, press L3 to search. Searching indicates the direction of hidden objects with an additional pulse on the ground, and if you're close enough.
Might be something here. Better take a closer look.
Better take a closer look. Just a bunch of elf root. That is kind of cool, though. You can scan. Some iron. And some more iron. Gotcha. Alright, so... There's one more thing back here. Let's see what it is. Probably more elf root. Okay, so... Like I said, that's kind of irritating. I want to go that way. Obviously, if you're looking down at the HUD, the heads-up display, I'm trying to go to that blue thing. Like, in a game like Skyrim, it would at least allow me to jump up and over the rocks and stuff. And even in a game like The Witcher 3, it would seem to allow me to... It lets me jump up and over stuff. This game, it's like... It seems like, at least for now, it's like it's blocking my pathways. Now, what am I doing here? Those horses in? Oh, that's weird. Animals, huh? I wonder if you can... kill the animals and get meat and stuff. It's like another animal. Alright. Well, let's look at the map. See what the heck. Logging stand. What am I supposed to do? Locate the weapon materials. Logging stand. Okay. Apparently the logging stand is just... It's right there. What the heck? It's not even... Look at this. It's not even... That's irritating. That's something I think is really stupid. So toggle. No, get out of there. So you can go to your map and you can toggle exactly. Okay, right here, right in this specific spot is where the logging stand is. Okay. Toggle it and now walk to it. And there's nothing here. Where is it? It's off the map. Like, what the heck? So it's just giving you the general direction. See, that's terrible. That's terrible in, like, open world RPGs like this. Because the worlds are so big and huge, it's like... don't give me a general area. Because I'll take forever for me to find stuff like that. Like, I'm surprised I found that. Super lucky. Alright, so I'm going to run all the way back. See, and I don't know what those little arrows are. On the heads-up display now there's like 3 arrows. I wonder if those are for, now there's 4 or 5 of them. Yeah, I'm definitely still getting used to this map. Like, it felt like coming back in here, I was like, oh. Feels like, I'm back inside, and it's like, no, I'm outside. Alright, so we're gonna go up here. See, I wish you could just, like, jump. Take a shortcut up there, but, ugh. Like, come on, really? You can't even do that? No, it's realistic. Don't you get it? It's real life. Like in real life, you wouldn't just go running up here and start hopping all over everything, would you? No, you would take your time and go out of your way and walk around everything. You know, for crying out loud.
Master Harris said we weren't to sell.
Master Harris, oh, right. Alright, what is this? So it looks like I can take this now. Our soldiers required additional weapons. Fine. Craft item logging stand. Select back and craft item. Craft what item? This? You have crafted Inquisition weapons. Our soldiers require additional weapons if they are to be effective. Okay. Okay. Requisition for weapons, quest complete. So I wonder if you can keep doing stuff like this then. Let's check the log real quick. The journal. Huh. So that kind of canceled out that. So what it seems like to me is, okay, that quest is done, but if I want, I can keep doing that stuff. I probably just got to talk to the guy again. Fine. What is this? Know thy enemy. Some items recovered in battle may later give Minerva. Looks like Minerva, but no R. Give Minerva an item to research. Have some armor made. Modify some armor and find Tygene's notes. Well, we'll do this. Give Minerva an item to research. Okay. So I'm going to toggle that on my quest map because I want to find out where Minerva is. Minerva. This way. Where is it? In the building. So I can't tell if it's in the building or out. There's the war room. It must be inside somewhere. Okay.
Go in peace, Herald of Andraste.
Go in peace. Oh, now this is going to trigger a cutscene of some sort. I assume I'm supposed to go in the building for cutting people in and out.
Does it trouble you?
Does it? Alright. So I guess I want to make everyone happy and everyone to be my friend, so. We'll go, where does it come from?
I just wish I knew what it was, or how I got it.
We will find out. What's important is that your mark is now stable, as is the breach. You've given us time, and Solas believes a second attempt might succeed, provided the mark has more power. The same level of power used to open the breach in the first place. That is not easy to come by.
Sounds like fun. You have an idea. Okay. Huh.
Clearly, you have something in mind.
We do. You've met Commander Cullen, leader of the Inquisition's forces.
So we're probably going to give his mark more power.
I'm pleased you survived.
This is Lady Josephine Montelier, our ambassador and chief diplomat.
I've heard much. It's a pleasure to meet you at last.
And of course, you know Sister Liliana.
My position here involves a degree of...
She is our spy master.
Yes.
So now I can probably get...
Cassandra.
Now I can get these people, I can probably get these people to join me now.
Pleased to meet you all.
I mentioned that your mark needs more power to close the breach for good.
Which means we must approach the rebel mages for help.
Rebel
I still
mages.
disagree. The Templars could serve just as well.
We need power, Commander. Enough magic poured into that mark.
Might destroy us all. Templars could suppress the breach, weaken it, so...
Pure speculation.
I don't know why they
I
just
was a
don't get the
Templar.
Ghostbusters.
I know what they're capable
Just
of.
cross the streams.
Unfortunately, neither group will even speak to us yet. The Chantry has denounced the Inquisition, and you specifically.
They still think I'm guilty.
That is not the entirety of it any longer. Some are calling you the Herald of Andraste.
The
and that
Herald of
frightens the
Andraste.
Chantry.
The
The remaining
Chantry.
clerics have declared it
The
blasphemy.
clerics and blasphemy and
we,
heretics and
heretics, are
harboring.
you.
Jeez.
Chancellor Roderick's doing, no doubt.
It limits our options. Approaching the mages or Templars for help is currently out of the question.
Alright, fine.
Just how am I the Herald of Andraste?
How am I?
People saw what you did at the temple, how you stopped the breach from growing. They have also heard about the woman seen in the rift when we first found you. They believe that was Andraste,
Even if we
Andraste.
tried to stop that view from spreading.
which we have not.
The point is, everyone is talking about you.
Kind of like the
Quite title,
Dragonborn.
isn't it? How do you feel about that?
I like it. It's unnerving. I don't know.
I'm not sure how I should feel.
The Chantry has decided that for you, it seems.
People are desperate for a sign of hope. For some, you're that sign.
And to others, a symbol of everything that's gone wrong.
We'll go with
Will the
this.
Chantry attack us?
With what? They have only words at their disposal.
And yet, they may bury us with them. There is something you can do. A
Bury 'em.
Chantry cleric by the name of Mother Giselle has asked to speak to you. She is not far and knows those involved far better than I. Her assistance could be invaluable.
Alright. Fine. We'll talk to her. I'll
I'll
talk
see
to
what
her.
she has to say.
You will find Mother Giselle tending to the wounded in the hinterlands near Redcliffe.
Look for other opportunities to expand the Inquisition's influence while you're there.
We need agents to extend our reach beyond this valley, and you're better suited than anyone to recruit them.
In the
Yes.
meantime, let's think of other options. I won't leave this all to the Herald.
Holy smoke, are we done yet? No. No. Now I gotta do this whole, like, weird strategy game now. Fine. Operations. The war table allows you to apply the power of the Inquisitions throughout Orlace and Ferelden. Mother Giselle is in the hinterlands, which can be found on the Ferelden side of the table. Okay. What am I... Oh. Known for its...
Chancellor Roderick came to speak with me. Could you try not to antagonize him?
If I offend the man
Now
seriously,
everyone's
perhaps
talking.
he should try leaving me alone.
Known for its culture of reserve nobility, yet also the birthplace of the Chantry is the most powerful human nation. Conquered by, torn by a civil war, raised for... So I gotta join one of these. Wish I could go back. See, I didn't even really pay much attention to what they were yakking about. They sit there and yak about so much nonsense. I don't know who to join. I don't know what all that green stuff is. Another rift? There's just, man, there is a lot of stuff with this game. So, okay, fine, I can do this. And then I can do this. And then I can sit here and look at all of this and go, okay, what, okay, so I need this in my category so I can have advanced focus. For this guy, like, holy smoke. Whatever, let's just go with this, I guess. War table. The Inquisition can unlock new areas for you to explore through perform the scouting operations. Now I can scout stuff? Let's scout this lake. we'll scout right here at the corner of it. I don't know what's going on. It's not letting me select anything, it just allows me to go back. Fine, I'll go with the outer borders and I'm not seeing nothing. Select button isn't doing anything. I guess I'm just not paying attention to anything. Perform the scout the hinterlands operations. Oh. Okay, so it looks like I have to go over here then. Not participating in this mission. Mother Giselle was last seen in the hinterlands, outside Red Cliff, tending refugees who fled fighting between renegade Templars and mages, the last resort, whatever. See, I didn't want to do this. I just, oh, for crying out loud. I just wanted to kind of go on some normal missions. Like, okay, let's do some side quests. And I made the mistake of walking into a building. And now it just triggered a whole different section of the game. There is so much stuff going on in here. It's like, holy cow. This is one of those games, and even movies do it, where it's like it just throws you in the middle of a story. Like, I guess I should have played the first ones, my bad. But it's like The Witcher 3 never did that, and that's the third one. There's Witcher, The Witcher 2. What is this? And I have to accept the report. No, I don't want to travel. I don't want to do anything. I want to get out of here. I don't want to do any of this. Because I wanted to go and do some side missions. Jeez. Codex unlocked. Now just all this stuff is unlocking. Look at this. Holy smoke. We're not in a dungeon. When not in a dungeon, you can use... See, and stuff like this gets irritating, because it's like, it's going to tell me all this stuff right away at the beginning. Oh, you just better memorize it all. It's like, I'm not going to remember this instantly off the top of my head, but as I play the game, I'll just know what to do with certain things, like world travel. When not in a dungeon, you can use the quest map to travel to distant locations. Press options and select the quest map in the area, whatever. Press blah, blah, blah. Fine. But I'm not going to do any kind of world traveling yet. So now I need to... Oh, no, let's look at the journal again, make sure I got everything. See, now I have all these extra quests that I didn't even ask for doing yet. For Pete's sake, all I wanted to do was start these little side quests and then slowly move on. And I accidentally went into the door and it triggered a whole slew of nonsense. So I still have this quest. That's set to active, that's fine. Now we'll go to the quest map. There we go. I'm supposed to give her an item to research, and now it's going to trigger a whole new thing. Nice mask.
This is an inopportune time, Marquis. More of the faithful flock here each day. But allow me to introduce you to the brave soul who risked his life to slow the magic of the breach. Sir Trevelyan, may I present the Marquis d'Aurelion, one of Divine Justinia's greatest supporters.
And the rightful owner of Haven. House d'Aurelion lent Justinia these lands for pilgrimage. This Inquisition is not a beneficiary of this arrangement.
Alright. Should I ask him that you own this land?
This is the first I've heard of Haven having an owner outside the Chantry.
My wife, Lady Machin of Denver,
she owns it.
has claimed to Haven by ancient treaty with the monarchs of Ferelden. We were honored to lend its use to Divine Justinia. She is she was a woman of supreme merit. I will not let an upstart order remain on her holy grounds.
Alright. Let's keep everyone happy.
People have been injured. You can't just turn them out onto the snow.
And who benefits if they stay?
Divine Justinia, Marquis. The Inquisition, not the Chantry, is sheltering the pilgrims who mourn her.
Why is the Chantry ignoring the faithful?
Because it remains in shock. We face a dark time, Your Grace. Divine Justinia would not want her passing to divide us.
To divide us?
She would, in fact, trust us to form new alliances to the benefit of all, no matter how strange they might seem.
Oh, hurry up. I guess I'm gonna watch a movie now. It's like everything I do now. It's just a movie.
Might stay in the meanwhile.
He'll stay in the meanwhile. I'm sure that's another land called the Meanwhile. Alright, does the Marquis have his own haven?
Do the Durelians actually have a claim on this place?
His Grace's position is not so strong as he presents it. Despite our Ferelden relations, the Durelions are our legion. If the Marquis wishes to claim haven, Empress Selene must negotiate with the Ferelden on his behalf.
Is this even the person I'm supposed to give stuff to research? Probably not.
Disputes.
Sorry for interrupting.
I apologize for the intrusion. I didn't realize you were meeting with the Marquis.
You did little harm. In truth, the debate was most beneficial as practice for those to come.
You expect more people in Haven?
Practice.
Undoubtedly. And each visitor will spread the story of the Inquisition after they depart. An ambassador should ensure the tale is as complimentary as possible.
Why don't you just sit down now and let's tell a story. Investigate. Jeez.
May I ask what brought you to work for the Inquisition?
Sister Leliana approached me. We've been acquainted for quite some time. For better or worse, being the Inquisition's diplomat has become as interesting as she promised.
What sort of dealings have you had with nobility?
For some years, I was the royally appointed court ambassador from Antiva
In
to
the
Orlando.
brothel.
The nobility of Thedas is a rather singular sphere. Those I'm not acquainted with, I know through reputation.
Singular sphere? Not a double sphere.
The Inquisition is lucky to have you as an advocate, Lady Montdidier.
Thank you. Let us hope so. Thedas' politics have become agitated as of late. I hope to guide us down smoother paths. But please excuse me. I've much work to do before the day is done.
Oh, wow. You actually have work to do, huh? So you can't be bothered by stuff. So there she is. Finally. What is this now? Now let's just do this. If I go over to the table, it'll trigger another whole cutscene for an hour and a half.
You're the Herald. Or, well, the one they're calling the Herald, anyway.
The Herald.
I hope the Inquisition can restore order soon. I never really wanted to leave the Circle. My name is Maeve. I research demons and other creatures. Seeker Pentagast and I use what I find to help the soldiers fight them.
Help soldiers fight them. Alongside Jacksepticeye. I found something for you. Goodbye. Fine. I found something for you.
I found something the demons left behind. Can you use it?
It's a pot of gold from
Just leave it there in the
Derby O'Gill and the Little People. King O'Brien. It's a pot of gold from King O'Brien. Give Minerva an item to research. I thought I did.
Hello? Can I help you with something?
You said you were a mage?
No, just an apprentice. I was never very good at magic. I've got just enough talent to be a danger to other people.
Just
But when
enough
the
to be a
mages rebelled,
danger, huh?
People like me had nowhere to go. The Templars would have killed us. Luckily, Seeker Pentagast took me in, along with the Tranquil.
So this is the X-Men now. Fine.
I'll speak with you later.
Travel safely.
Alright, let's see here. What am I supposed to do? Just give her an item to research. Don't you get it? Duh. The heck? how am I supposed to do this? It says give her an item to research. Oh, turn in research.
We will study that.
Ah, stupid.
If you find anything, please bring it in.
See, once again, it's that stupid nonsense. It's like, okay, where do I go? You go here, but actually not there. You go right here. Ah, friggin' dumb. I don't know. I think the game would be good, I get. I mean, it's a good game. I don't know. It's a good game. There's a ton of story, and I guess it's one of those... It's one of those games I think would be best if I was like, all right, let's just sit down, relax with a plate of food, chill out, and just really get it. If you're already expecting there to be a huge story, like if you know, okay, this game is going to have a huge story with it, there's probably not going to be a lot of action, at least right away. You're going to have to be dealing with like tons and tons of cutscenes. As long as you're expecting it, I think it'd be fine. It kind of reminds me of the game The Ring Terror's Realm that me and Chris went through and beat. Not last Halloween, but the Halloween before. When we first played that game, it was very story-driven. Like, there was absolutely no action at all. And it was like, could this be any more boring? But, that was me testing it out. And then when we actually sat down and played it, it was like, all right, we already know there's hardly any action going on. Let's just accept it for what it is. It's a very, very, very story-driven game with tons of cutscenes, mostly, and just a lot of dialogue in the actual game itself. No action, fine. And after a while, we really started getting into the story and thought it was actually a great game. I mean, it wasn't the best game in the world, but it actually got pretty fun, like when we started messing with the character voices and just enjoying it for what it was. I guess that's how this game is. Which makes it kind of tough to really do for, I guess, a live stream. Because, like, I have to sit here and talk and get the people engaged. Like, people who are actually watching the live stream. Yeah, like, people who are actually watching the live stream, it's like, they want me to sit here and talk and sit here and hoot and holler and freak out and talk about all this cool stuff, and I have to make it entertaining. Otherwise, what am I going to do? Just sit here? Like, if I just sit here and start watching cutscenes and doing boring stuff, people are going to get turned off by it. So, whatever. I have to craft armor. Fine. Have some armor made. It's like, no, you don't have enough. You don't have nothing. To craft new armor or weapons, you need a schematic and enough material. The schematic determines the appearance and potential power of the crafted item. The materials determine the specific stats and powers that will be added to the new item. And I don't have enough material.
Another time, then.
The right armor has some armor made. Okay, let's see here. With the right materials, Haven's blacksmiths can craft some. So this side quest, from what I gather, that's funny. You can pick all these different people. All right.
You need something? Let me know.
So this seems a little bit irritating. It gives you a side quest to perform. Yet when I go to do at least this side quest, and I'm assuming it'll do it to many other side quests, if I don't have right materials or I don't have the right stuff at the right time, when I go to perform the side quest, it's just like, nope, like right now, it's like, oh, tough, you don't have the right materials. Like, well, where do I get a schematic then for the armor? It's like, I don't know, maybe you'll find out later on in the game. Loot. Like, is this even considered stealing? Alright, fine. What's his face? There he is.
Can you help improve my arms and armor?
Yes.
See what he
If
says.
you find a new piece, a pauldron or greaves, we'll take care of you. You can't just slap a new hilt on your sword in the field. Bring it here,
See, I
we'll
already...
make sure it's done right and proper.
Goodbye.
I already did this before. So, I apparently need a schematic in order to do... I do. What the heck? And I did have one. I remember looking at it earlier. Now why does it say... Oh. I don't know why it's telling me now I have one. What a stupid glitch. What? Oh, it's because I took stuff. Well, what's supposed to go there then? Required leather 7. Okay. I don't know what I'm missing. Just another piece of leather, I guess.
You need something? Let me know.
I need armor or leather. Fine. I guess I gotta buy. The Tactician's Renewal. What is that? An amulet. Clear his mind and reapply the benefits of combat knowledge. Okay. Maybe I could buy more stuff. Accessories, upgrades, crafting materials. Nothing for sale. See, like, to me, that's terrible. That's such a terrible game design. Like, okay, you should be able to craft the item, and if it's like, oops, you don't have enough materials, then it would trigger another little side quest for this quest where it's like, where they're basically like, okay, go and collect, you know, leather. So I literally cannot do this until I find another piece of leather. Okay. I guess I'll skip this one then. Modify some armor. Maybe I can modify some armor then. Nothing. No, you can't. Upgrading item adds the upgrade stats to the item. For example, attaching a hilt. Good. Scout coat. I guess it's the only item I can upgrade, so we'll try this. And then it like keeps giving me all sorts of stuff. What is this now? Empty. Alright, we'll try this. Confirm changes. Trophy earned, customized. See, there is a lot of stuff going on in this game. I mean, there is a lot of stuff to try to follow along in here. So like, I'll just show you guys something, even though there's no one watching right now. Check this out. This is for people who are watching after the fact. So you can go to character record. This is your ability tree. This is where you level up. Okay, and that's fine. And apparently you can only hold like 3 abilities. I still have 1 point to spend. These are abilities. Okay, well, that's fine. And then if I hit R1, I can go to tactics and it shows stuff. That's fine. Attributes and it shows all this. Well, not only does it show all this, but I can actually switch the characters. So now, not only am I dealing with just one person, I got to deal with these guys too and mess with all their stuff. And apparently I can mess with their behaviors. Like, oh, I don't want the mana and stamina percent reserve at 50, I want it at 80. And then I want to come down here and make sure she defends and doesn't follow. And I'll put, it's like, holy cow. That is a lot of stuff. And that's not just for him. Like, I can change it for him. Then I got to do it for him and do it for her. It's like, that is nuts. And then here's the inventory, and you can look at all your stuff. Armor schematics, which I actually have, and like I said, that stupid thing didn't even say I had a schematic. Recipes. Like, you go to weapons, and then you can, like, switch. Here's all the weapons, or one-handed weapons, two-handed, staves. Then you can equip stuff and try to sell it. Then you have a codex, and then this gets nuts. It's like, holy cow, here's a list of all the characters. And you can read all this story. And it's like, look at all this. And then crafting materials and creatures. There is so much stuff to mess with this game. Like I said, it's one of those games I feel like it just takes you and drops you in the middle of a story. And it's like, well, you should already know what's going on. Duh, you idiot. I don't know why you don't know what's going on. You're just being stupid now.
Goodbye.
Right.
Alright. So let's see what else I can do. Passing the notes. Alright, maybe I'll do this. Find Tanguin's notes. The apothecary mentioned that his master, Tanguin, was working on something special before he died at the conclave. Fine. It's like, and that's what this big blue thing is. It's like, oh, here's the middle of it, but somewhere around here you gotta find the guy. So we'll go this way and hopefully I'll be able to figure it out.
Why not?
Because we're Templars. It is nice that they do put the beam right there. Elf root. Oh, for Pete's sake. See, and that's the thing. It's like his notes, like, what are his notes just laying out in the snow? Just laying in the road? I mean, where the heck is it? It's like, oh, well, it's somewhere. I'm assuming it's possible that it's in this house. Everyone's hooting and hollering. And now it's teasing me because I'm basically seeing a bunch of paper. Nothing? Oh, man. Alright, find Tygan's notes. So it doesn't look like there's anything in here. And if I go to the quest map, it's just going to say, yeah, there you go. Where the heck could they be? Pretty sure they're not going to be on the outside of the house. And now is it just going to show me like elf root and just stuff like that I can pick up? Or will it actually show like the notes? So, you know, there's like tons of iron. I don't want that. I want to find the notes. But it's like, let me guess. His notes are in here, like, fine. Yep, there's his notes right there. For real? That's what it was? Oh, what a stupid. Holy cow, like it, this game really needs to explain a lot more. I had to do that. I had to push L3 in order to trigger that. Oh, terrible. It's like, don't you get it? The game, it's like, oh, Jake, don't you get it? The game is, it's not going to hold your hand. That's a good thing. The game doesn't hold your hand. That's a good thing. It's like, yeah, it's one thing if a game holds your hand and shows you everything. And yeah, that's dumb. I don't need a game to hold my hand. But I also don't need a game keeping secrets from me, too. It's like there's a difference between holding my hand and just... There's a difference between not holding my hand and just straight up keeping things a secret. And keeping everything cryptic and hidden. Like, just a basic part of the game. Oh, yep, here you go. Here's your side quest. Go and look for something. Your quest is to go and look for paper. And it's like, I have to examine everything now. It's like, what if Resident Evil was an open world RPG? Resident Evil 1, you run around the mansion and you click on everything. Like, that's fine because it takes place in a mansion and it's not a huge, giant open world RPG. And it is open world in a sense that you can run all over the mansion and that's fine. But it's not a huge, giant area. Like, this is open world and it's like, yeah, there you go. Click on everything now. Just absolutely everything. This will trigger a cutscene now.
If Cedric can get what I need,
let me guess. Return the notes. So that must mean I got to put it on the table, right? Because that's how it seems every time I have to deliver something. I can't talk to the actual person. I have to go full around and put it somewhere else.
You're back. And in one piece.
You said you thought Master Tajin was working on something special.
Tajin?
If it helps, I found his notes.
The old codger was on the edge of a breakthrough here, but he couldn't see it. You want some of these mixed up, you just give the word.
Oh, man. Acquired recipe.
Farewell.
Passing notes, quest completed. Upgrade potions. Just hooting and hollering back there. Just yucking it up. The right armor. Have some armor made. Okay, well I can't. So we'll do something else then. Alright, so this seems like it's the main quest. And I kind of want to do side quests. The Fallowmire. Fine, what is this? The Fallowmire. The Fallowmire is a sprawling stretch of isolated marshland in southwestern Ferelden. The muggy, treacherous bog was once home to a small fishing community called Fisher's End, which was wiped out by a plague that swept through a few years ago. Okay. Lost souls. Inquisition soldiers are missing in the uncharted marches of southern Ferelden. Power required. 1 out of 8. Go to the war table to locate the soldiers. See, it says I need 8 pieces of power, I guess. And I'm going to activate this. And all it's going to do is send me to the war table. And it'll basically tell me, tough, you can't go onward unless you have power. But how do I find the power? Figure it out. Oh, well, you should just look it up online. There it is. There it is. It's right there. Alright, so I guess we'll go in here. And that's why playing a game like this for live streaming, it seems like such a pain in the butt. Just because I don't want to bore people. Like, I would literally just spend an hour just walking through the mansion, clicking on everything. But then again, no, so what the heck, I might as well, right? So if I remember right, it was over here.
Has Cassandra spoken to you about my new recruits?
They are not your recruits, Commander. They're ours.
See. Required power 8. Okay, so I guess power must be like some sort of must be my leveling up thing. Let's see here. I'm assuming it has to do with leveling up. Let's go to character record. We'll go to attributes. Strength, dexterity. See, I don't know what power is then. Power required. All right. We won't do that. Can't do that. Apparently I can't do that either. Fine. We'll just do this. Now what is all this? Completed quest. Can I do this? Probably not. Just not allowed to. You don't have enough power. Travel to the hinterlands to speak with Mother Giselle. Fine. Let's toggle it at least. Okay. So where's the hinterlands at? Holy smoke, way down there, huh?
Let all repeat the chant of light. Only the word dispels the darkness upon us.
I wonder if it wants me to fast travel then.
My creator.
How do you think they'll close that huge hole? Ally with the Templars, I'd imagine.
Alright, I keep seeing all this stuff, so I'm gonna click on her. See if it does anything.
The champions of the just. Blessed are the righteous. The lights in the shadow. In their blood, the Maker's will is written. Is that what you want from us? Blood. To die so that your will is done? Is death your only blessing? You speak for Andraste, no? What does the Maker's prophet have to say about all of this? What's his game?
I speak for no one but myself, and I have no answers for you.
Then we can only guess at what he wants. The Chantry teaches that the Maker abandoned us. He demands repentance for our sins. He demands it all. Our lives, our deaths. Justinia gave him everything she had, and he let her die.
I'm sorry. Her death has clearly hit you hard.
Not just me. All of us. She was the divine. She led the faithful. She was the heart. If the Maker doesn't intervene to save the best of his servants, what good is he? I used to believe I was chosen, just as some say you are. I thought I was fulfilling his purpose for me, working with the divine, helping people. But now she's dead. It was all for nothing. Serving the Maker meant nothing.
Maybe you have another purpose. I could help you find it.
No, this is my burden. I regret that I even let you see me like this. It was a moment of weakness. It won't happen again. Come. To work, then. We will speak later.
So she's got this big, long-winded story. He's like, okay, I'll help you. No, don't worry about it. It's I shouldn't even have told you.
Butler has stand on us. I hope my hunch was wrong.
You knew him well?
Not as well as I thought. Show me
okay. So that really didn't do much. Okay.
Nice work with those supplies. The Smiths can use them to fit our troops with better gear.
Better gear.
Might not affect you much, but our recruits will have better chances next time some monster flies out of a rift.
What? So it's stuck there if you accidentally hit back. It's funny.
Can I help you with something?
Let's see what this does.
If I have material for a special order, do I bring it to you?
Just take it over there. One of my boys will take the materials or jot down what you found.
Alright, bye.
Farewell.
Make a go with you.
Make a go with you. See, I don't know what all these arrows are pointing all over the place. Unless it's just letting me know. Oh, keep going here. Yeah. So that's what those arrows are? Gotcha. Travel to the hinterlands, fine. Sure. Party selection. I don't get it. Like I thought. Oh. Gotcha. Well, we'll see what this does then. I feel like I'm going to get my butt handed to me because I'm not leveled up by any means. Be careful when exploring new regions. So I'm just supposed to explore now? To get it, you got to explore. That's the only way you learn stuff. Like, what the heck? It's like this game just... They decided to be like the makers of this game just decided, like, let's make it like... Oh, we're going to have all this lore and we're going to have all this cool stuff, and they just completely overcomplicated it. They just added so much stuff to this game. Plus, I'm not really a huge fan of having to worry about other members of my party. Like, I'd rather it just be me.
I've heard the stories. Everyone has. We know what you did at the breach. It's an honor to meet you, my lord. Inquisition Scout Harding, at your service. All of us here, will do whatever we can to help.
Harding, huh? Ever been to Kirkwall's Hightown?
I can't say I have. Why?
You'd be Harding and... No, never mind.
Ugh.
Stupid jokes.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
We should get to business. The situation's pretty dire. We came to secure horses from Redcliffe's old horsemaster. I grew up here, and people always said that Dennett's herds were the strongest and the fastest this side of the Frostbacks. But with the Mage Templar fighting getting worse, we couldn't get to Dennett. Maker only knows if he's even still alive.
Maker.
Mother Giselle's at the crossroads helping refugees and the wounded. Our latest reports say that the war's spread there too. Corporal Vale and our men are doing what they can to help protect the people, but they won't be able to hold out very long. You best get going. No time to lose.
All right. Speak with... Clear threats at the crossroads. Speak with Tweedledee. Rest? I can actually rest? Supplies replenished, huh? Interesting. Alright. Increases magic. Okay. Well, let's see. Regeneration potion. Restores 26 health every 2 seconds. Lyrium potion. I guess he can use that, right? Mm-hmm. And that's locked. Okay. I guess everyone can have that then. So I'm slowly figuring this game out. Now, can I click on just more stuff? Just more and more stuff, huh? I just got done talking with someone, legit. And now there's a big exclamation point because it wants me to go and talk to someone else.
Dispatch for you.
What?
What is it?
You may want to look into this.
Lamb's wool and silk. Holy cow. So I gotta go all the way down there. Alright, let's go to the journal. No, let's go to the journal. Alright. Clear threats at the crossroads. So there's the crossroads. I can actually fight now. Now how do I get down there? So yeah, here's a road and you're blocked. Tough. It's just a big giant overlook. See, I don't want to do that. I'd kind of like to stay on the actual road. Because like if you're on the road, that's when you actually can meet people and talk to people and different things. And generally the only reason why in a game like Skyrim I would really be running through the woods is just to hunt down animals and fight frost trolls and try to find ways of leveling up. Otherwise, if you want more in the story, you would stick to the roads and you can meet people and talk to people, but you would just run through the woods to basically just level up.
Mother Giselle ought to be around here somewhere.
And so, whatever, I guess I'll run down this road. I think I'm going the right way. I don't know what that was about. Alright, here we go. So it looks like we finally got some stuff going on.
Forces. They're trying to protect the refugees.
Looks like they could use a hand.
Alright, so let's see here if I can figure this out. A Templar Knight. Alright, this is for me, right? Let's do that flank attack. I'll have him do caltrops, whatever that is. Then I'll have her shield wall, payback strike, and I'll have him do that.
We are not apostates.
I do not think they care, Seeker.
Holy cow. These guys are pretty tough. I don't know what all that blue stuff is. Take all. Okay. What the heck?
We are not Templars. We mean you no harm.
Doesn't look like they're listening.
What the heck happened there? Holy smoke. I have no idea what's happening. Revive fallen party members by targeting them and holding. What?
Be ready. More coming our way.
I have no idea what's going on. So I just died, I guess. Holy smoke. Man, these guys are tough. See, like I said, it's like... Like I was saying earlier, it's like... I feel like I need to do a bunch of side quests before I should really move on. And it's like... I couldn't... the game would not allow me to do any sort of side quests. Just too bad you can't do any. So I decide, fine, I'll move onward with the main quest. Maybe it'll trigger more of the side quest stuff. And what's it do?
It's done.
Holy smoke. Like, I don't even want to be here. I want to go back now. Thinking about doing that. Let's go back and try to level up. That is cool seeing blood smeared all over. That looks awesome. Okay.
There are mages here who can heal your wounds. Lie still.
Don't touch me, Mother. Their magic is...
Turn to noble purpose. Their magic is surely no more evil than your blade.
What?
Hush, dear boy. Allow them to ease your suffering.
Mother Giselle?
I am. And you must be the one they are calling the Herald of Andraste.
I'm told you asked for me.
I know of the Chantry's denouncement, and I am familiar with those behind it. I won't lie to you. Some of them are grandstanding, hoping to increase their chances of becoming the new divine.
Looks like everyone's
Some
French.
are simply terrified. So many good people, senselessly taken from us.
Good peoples.
What happened was horrible.
Fear makes us desperate, but hopefully not beyond reason. Go to them. Convince the remaining clerics you are no demon to be feared. They have heard only frightful tales of you. Give them something else to believe.
You want me to appeal to them?
If I thought you were incapable, I wouldn't suggest it.
Will they even listen?
Let me put it this way. You needn't convince them all. You just need some of them to doubt. The power is the unified voice. Take that from them and you receive the time you need.
All right.
It's good of you to do this.
I honestly don't know if you've been touched by fate or sent to help us, but I hope. Hope is what we need now. The people will listen to your rallying call as they will listen to no other. You could build the Inquisition into a force that will deliver us or destroy us. I will go to Haven and provide Sister Leliana the names of those in the Chantry who will be amenable to a gathering. It is not much, but I will do whatever I can.
Alrighty. Alright, I'm out of here.
Vale is coordinating the Inquisition.
Shut up. Said he didn't want to. No, let's go back here. Terrible. Like I said, I did not want to move on. It's like I want to putz around in this first area that I'm trying to get used to, and then I want to. I'm in this one little area. I want to get used to it. I want to memorize it. I want to putz around, do side quests, do some main quests, main objectives around here, level up, and then slowly move onward. And it's like, no, you just move onward and get your butt handed to you. Friggin' terrible. It's funny because just playing this game just makes me want to play like Skyrim or The Witcher 3. Rome. There's Josephine. Already been to the war room. What is this now? The apothecary. Let's just go check out the apothecary. Let's just see what's down here then. Yes, I know that's where it says like make potions. See. Ugh. So this is outside. Let's see if there's anything to do at the apothecary. See, and there's just a lot of this stuff I can, like there. Like now I should be able to go, yeah. What's that? Speak with Corporal Va. See, now that I found that extra leather, ram's leather, like now it's like, oh, guess what? Now you can go and complete that side quest you've been wanting to do. Oh, it's stupid. So I can upgrade potions. Let's just click on this. Tonics and grenades. I want a healing potion. So I need 29 elf root, huh? Gotcha. Equip potions.
Glissa said to check for you to make sure these are safe to serve.
They're fine.
Hippy-dippy-dobby-dooby-day.
Smart woman for asking, though.
Okay. Anything in here? Playing Resident Evil 1 now. I just click on everything. Okay, what does this guy have to say? Let's just do everything. Yes. Investigate. You're a bit cranky.
For a healer, you don't seem particularly nurturing.
I'm not a healer. I'm an alchemist who's forced to play Mother Hen.
See, I think we did all this before.
On contact with the air? Done. Gladly. Patching up wounded soldiers is a waste of my time and talents. But there are a few around who can help.
Yeah, because he was the one, I think, that healed him.
How are your people holding up?
We've got Mother Giselle lending a hand now, which helps. For the ones that need comforting more than actual healing, she's a rock in fast water. Something to cling to.
See, I wish it would get rid of this. Like, I just literally asked that. The other one disappeared. Why didn't that one?
How do I go about having potions made?
Just take a look there and tell me what you'd like. Find a recipe for something better, I can make that too.
That's it?
You're back. And in one piece.
Okay, so that's it then.
Farewell.
So, I gotta try to remember, okay, so here at the Apothecary. Fine, let's get into this game. Let's try to have some fun. I can bring him something. Let's see what he has to say again. I think, from what I gathered, I have to bring schematics to him.
How do I go about having potions made?
Just take a look there and tell me what you'd like. Find a recipe for something better, I can make that too.
So if I find a recipe, so fine. If I want to come over here and upgrade potions or at least make potions. Okay. That's all unknown for now, and that's fine. Healing potion, regeneration potion, and lyrium potion. So if I want to make healing potion, for example, this one, I have 1 Dawn Lotus, but I need 29 Elf Root. And then now I need 30 Embrium and 5 Prophet's Laurel. Okay. So that means basically running around and exploring everything. So that's the Apothecary. The Apothecary means I can come here and make potions and fool around with different potions and upgrade potions. Gotcha. Now who is this?
The chosen of Andraste. A blessed hero sent to save us all.
I didn't ask for this, but someone has to find a way to seal this breach.
Spoken nobly indeed. You think I'm mocking you? This age has made people cynical.
So that's your buddy that you fight alongside with?
In ancient ruins and battlefields to see the dreams of lost civilizations. I've watched as hosts of spirits clash to reenact the bloody past in ancient wars, both famous and forgotten. Every great war has its heroes. I'm just curious what kind you'll be.
What do you mean, ruins and battlefields?
Any building strong enough to withstand the rigors of time has a history. Every battlefield is steeped in death. Both attract spirits. They press against the veil, weakening the barrier between our worlds. When I dream in such places, I go deep into the Fade. I can find memories no other living being has ever seen.
You mean the further? How can you sleep there? I don't get that. Like, what's with the pentagram? That's impressive, huh?
I've never heard of anyone going so far into the Fade. That's extraordinary.
Thank you. It's not a common field of study for obvious reasons. Not so flashy as throwing fire or lightning. The thrill of finding remnants of a 1,000-year-old dream? I would not trade it for anything.
Absolutely nothing.
At least until the breach has been closed.
Was that in doubt?
I am an apostate surrounded by Chantry forces in the middle of a mage rebellion. Cassandra has been accommodating, but you understand my caution.
All right. We'll go with that one, then maybe he'll be happy.
Cassandra trusts you.
Slightly
She won't let anyone put you into a circle against your will.
Thank you. I appreciate the thought. But now let us hope either the mages or the Templars have the power to seal the breach.
Alright. So that was that. So what happens if I click on it again?
Closing the breach is our primary goal. But I hope we might also discover what was used to create it. Any artifact of such power is dangerous. The destruction of the Conclave proves
So I wonder if this will trigger any kind of... side quest.
You don't think whatever created the explosion was destroyed in the blast?
You survived, did you not? The artifact that created the breach is unlike anything seen in this age. I will not believe it destroyed until I see the shattered fragments with my own eyes.
Alright, we'll go like this.
We would do well to try to recover whatever created the breach.
Liliana's people have scoured the area near the blast and found nothing. Whatever the artifact was, it is no longer there. In any case, did you need me for anything?
Investigate. Okay, well, tell me about the Fade then.
What do you know about the Fade?
A great deal.
The further.
There are few hard facts, but I can share what I have learned.
Tell me about the Fade, huh? I can share what I've learned. Don't actually say anything. Tell me about the breach then.
I'd like to know more about the breach.
Simply put, it is a tear in the veil between this world and the Fade, allowing spirits to enter the world physically. Small tears occur naturally when magic weakens the veil, or when spirits cluster at an area that has seen many deaths. But your mark allows you to exert some control over the breach. That means it was created deliberately.
The veil.
I'd like to know more about the veil.
Circle mages call it a barrier between this world and the Fade, but according to my studies in ancient elven lore, that is a vast oversimplification. Without it, imagine if spirits entered freely. The Fade was not a place one went, but a state of nature like the wind.
That sounds marvelous, huh?
It sounds like it would be wonderful.
And dangerous. But yes, a world where imagination defines reality, where spirits are as common as trees or grass. Instead, spirits are strange and fearful, and the Fade is a terrifying world touched only by mages and dreamers. I am glad that I'm not alone in seeing the beauty of such a world, along with the obvious peril.
Tell me about demons.
I'd like to know more about demons.
The Chantry says that demons hate the natural world and seek to bring their chaos and destruction to the living. But such simplistic labels misconstrue their motivations, and in so doing, do all a great disservice. Spirits wish to join the living, and a demon is that wish gone wrong.
I don't care.
Is there a way to coexist? To live with them, if not in peace, at least without such active confrontation?
Not in the world we know today. The veil creates a barrier that makes true understanding most unlikely. But the question is a good one, and it matters that you thought to ask.
Okay.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye. See, like, now I can just open all these doors. Okay, fine. Let's see what's in here then. Click around. Wonder if you can rest. So I can't rest on the bed, huh? Isn't this where I was before? Weird. Okay, so that's the apothecary. Open this door. Now what is that now? Wish you would close this stupid thing. I pushed the button and all of a sudden I heard bling ding ding. Bling ding ding. No, there's nothing. There, it did it again. It's like, oh, get it, it's right here. Duh. Duh. Way over there. See, if this was a Witcher 3, I could just, I feel like, too, I want to, like, push L2 or R2 or whatever it is and light a fire. What is this? The Randy Savage Quarterly, huh? Codex unlocked. The Randy Dowager Quarterly. A well-worn quarterly, missive of suspect virtue. Holy smoke. The Randy Dowager welcomes the cool. The Randy Dowager welcomes the cool of autumn with the fall of another. The collected dreams of desire. Being the confessions of an apprentice in training, more furrowing than harrowing, forbidden dalliances at the most spirited. The Randy Dowager. Exhibitions for the noble of thought, but spry of step. The lady herself says enchanting. One supports the circles, if only because closed doors offer the imagination more. 3 scarves fluttered in shock out of 5. Man. There's so much nonsense. Like, I gotta sit here and read this stuff like 100 times before I figure out what's exactly going on. Okay. So that's the apothecary. What is that now? Loot. And serpent stone, huh? Low armor rating. Strength, attack, melee damage. That's some sort of metal. Light metal. And there's some more elf root. I'm wondering if elf root like regrows. Like every time I pick it, if it'll regrow in the same spot. And obviously I need like 29 of that. This is the back of the apothecary. Okay. That was that house, and that was that house. Can't actually talk to these people, and that's fine. Okay. So it wants me to loot this, apparently. A longbow. Holy cow.
Killed the most holy. Lies. Your kind let her die. Shut your mouth, man.
That was a big fight.
Captain. That is not my title. We are not Templars any longer. We are all part of the Inquisition.
And what does that mean exactly?
There's this guy again.
Back already, Chancellor.
Haven't you done enough? I'm curious, Commander, as to how your Inquisition and its herald will restore order as you've promised.
Of course you are. Back to your duties, all of you.
Well, at least the commotion settled down. That was loud. Like I said, I have this really nice set of headphones on. It was like, holy cow. All I heard. Here's this guy. I don't know what the heck they're doing. I was just digging in the snow. Alright, we're getting out of the... We're getting out here in the outskirts. I don't want to be out here screwing around. I kind of want to explore these buildings and putz around. Bloody ding dong, blang a lang a lang. What is that? It's crazy. I wonder if that's I wonder if I'm looking over here at that one rift. Interesting. Okay. So I did all this and I did all that. Let's look at the quest map. See, like, it kind of sucks. See, I wish it could be a little bit more like Skyrim, where it was like you could zoom down and kind of see the city. Dogs barking.
At least we've got Inquisition troops out at Redcliffe now, giving those people some real help.
Alright. We'll read this then. The Singing Maiden. Have you ever heard the story of King Bedwyr? Bedwyr, like most kings, was a man of great pride, who expected nothing but complete loyalty from his subjects. He believed the best way to achieve this was through fear. After all, those who feared him would never cross him or question his rule. Most importantly, those who feared him would always seek to please him. Bedwyr cultivated terror in his subordinates through the gleeful and unrestrained use use of a contraption referred to as the Maiden, like the Iron Maiden. The Maiden was a hinged iron casket. It is the Iron Maiden. The Maiden was a hinged iron casket as high and wide and as deep as a man, with vicious spikes within, meant to pierce through the poor soul locked into it. Bedwyer's Maiden was a prized possession and stood in a place of honor in his throne room, often with a screaming victim inside it. Political rivals suspected assassins, treasonous ministers. The Maiden consumed them all, but as time passed, more people were given to the Maiden for increasingly trivial offenses. The cook for oversalting the king's food, the page boy for dropping his sword. The Maiden cast a pall over the kingdom, and its people prayed for deliverance from their cruel king. Then one day a strange woman rode into the city. She called herself Ember Moon from NXT. She called herself Ember and was an emissary from a far-off land. Her leaders had heard, she said, of Bedwyer's wisdom and authority, and she sought the king's counsel. The thought that he had earned the abolition of brother kings across the sea made Bedwyr swell with pride, and he granted Ember an audience. They dined and danced, and through it all Ember flattered and fawned on the king. At the end of the night, Ember asked to see the Maiden, the infamous device that had given Bedwyr all his power. The king, giddy with praise, proudly presented Ember with the empty contraption. Ember looked at the Maiden, sighed with disappointment, said, "That does not look terrifying at all. I should have imagined the spikes to be much sharper." Bedwyr grew red at her comment and replied, "The spikes are sharp enough. Look at the blood that still clings to them." "But it is so small," said Ember. "Are only children and women its victims?" Bedwyr grew redder still and replied, "Of course not. The Maiden has devoured many men." Ember shook her head and said to the king, "I do not believe it. Surely no warrior could fear this thing. A man like yourself, tall, muscled, would not fit within." The king laughed and saw a way to prove the merit of the Maiden to Ember. "I will show you how easily a man like myself could fit," he said, and with that he stepped into the device. But Ember was waiting, and no sooner had Bedwyr squeezed himself into the iron casket than Ember slammed it shut on him. Ember took the Maiden with the screaming Bedwyr inside, through the castle and down into the city, and the people, finally free from the king's tyranny, cheered and danced the singing that echoed through the streets until Bedwyr was dead, and it finally stopped. A tale often told in the Singing Maiden Tavern. That's a pretty dark story. That was kind of cool. I guess I couldn't say the Iron Maiden, because that would be copyright claim. The band Iron Maiden could copyright that. I'm like, oh, copyright strike. Sue you now.
And how much did you need?
So this must be a tavern. See, like, look at the heads-up display. It doesn't show anything. Apparently this is a tavern, and the heads-up display does not show anything here. I'm assuming I could get drinks.
Oh, Micah, you were him. You were the Herald of Andraste. He sent you to us to show the world her love, and I am ready for that love.
She just wants some loving, huh?
I'm not ready for that kind of love.
Oh, not that kind.
Unless that's what you want.
What?
I mean, I'm Flissa. Can I get you a drink?
She just wants to hook up. What? So apparently you can hook up with her. I should just try it.
What did you mean by that kind of love?
Nothing. I didn't mean anything. What did you mean? As I said, I'm Flissa.
What?
The Inquisition soldiers needed a place to unwind, so Leliana brought me in to set up a tavern. Nothing fancy, but it's safer for the soldiers than looking for trouble in some village.
Okay.
You said Leliana asked you to run an Inquisition tavern. How did you meet?
Dumb luck, mainly. I managed an inn back in Denrim. When I heard interesting gossip, I passed word to Leliana. Sometimes it's helpful. She asked if I wanted to own my own tavern, and I said yes. I didn't realize she meant this.
I wish that chick playing the liar or whatever that is would shut up. It's hard to hear.
What can you tell me about this area?
Adan is Haven's apothecary. He's been making potions and tending to the wounded as best he can. Harris is the Inquisition smith. Whatever he can make you, Thren the quartermaster can provide.
Mr. Smith.
And for anything fancier,
Agent Smith.
His prices aren't too high.
Too high? Yet.
Oh, there's also Maeve. She studies beasts and things, as I understand.
Farewell.
Goodbye.
So he won't hook up with her? I don't know, maybe he will.
Can I get you anything?
Farewell.
Alright. Let me guess. I'm surprised it doesn't allow you to request anything from her. Request a song. Those two sitting there playing Gwent. Alright, what is this now? Songs collected? Okay. A Tale of the Frostbound. I don't want to read all this. Look at all this. Ugh. I don't know if I don't think I'm gonna read all this. I just kind of want to skim. Even mountains had a heart once. When the world was young, Korth, the mountain father, kept his throne at the perk of the Berlin as a mountain at the center of the world from which he could see all corners of the earth. Fine. Even mountains had a heart once. When the world was young, Korth, the mountain father, kept his throne at the peak of the Belinas. I'm assuming that's a mountain range. The mountain at the center of the world. Okay. The throat of the world. From which he could see all the corners of the earth and sky. And he saw strong men become weak, brave men grow cowardly, and wise men turn foolish for love. Korth devised a plan that he might never be betrayed by his own heart by taking it out and hiding it where no soul would ever dare search for it. He sealed it inside a golden cask. Buried it in the earth and raised around it the fiercest mountains the world had ever seen, the Frostbacks, to guard it. But without his heart, the mountain father grew cruel. His chest was filled with bitter mountain winds that shrieked and howled like lost souls. Food lost its flavor, music had no sweetness, and he lost all joy in deeds of valor. He sent avalanches and earthquakes to torment the tribes of men, gods, and men rose against him, calling him a tyrant. But with no heart, Korth could not be slain. Soon there were no heroes left, either among men or gods, who would dare challenge Korth. The Lady of the Skies sent the best of her children, the swiftest, the cleverest, and the strongest flyers, to scour the mountains for the missing heart, and for a year and a day they searched. But sparrow and raven, vulture and eagle, swift and albatross returned to her with nothing. Then the ptarmigan, I'm assuming the P is silent. Then the ptarmigan spoke up and offered to find the god chief's heart. The other birds laughed, for the ptarmigan is a tiny bird, too humble to soar, which spends half its time hopping along the ground. The lady would not give the little creature her blessing, for the mountains were too fierce even for eagles, but the ptarmigan set out anyway. The little bird traveled deep into the frostbacks when she could not fly. She crawled, she hugged the ground and weathered the worst mountain winds, and so made her lonely way to the valley where the heart beat. With all the god's terrible deeds, the heart was far too heavy for the tiny bird to carry. So she rolled it little by little out of the valley and down a cliff, and when the golden cask struck the earth, it shattered. The heart was full almost to bursting, and the pain of it roused the mountain god to come see what had happened. When Korth neared his heart, it leapt back into his chest, and he was whole again. Then Hakon Winter's Breath bound Korth's chest with 3 bands of iron and 3 bands of ice, so it could never again escape. And all the remaining gods named the ptarmigan, honored above even the loftiest eagles. The ptarmigan. An Avar tale, furled in folklore and history by Sister Petrine, Chantry Scholar. Okay, so just another... Jeez. Just another storybook, huh? Songs collected 4 out of 21. So apparently if I sit here and just listen to What's-Her-Face in there play some music, I'll collect songs. You can still hear her playing way out here, huh? So there's Varric. Wants me to read that. I think I'll talk to Varric first.
So, now that Cassandra's out of earshot, are you holding up all right? I mean, you go from being the most wanted criminal in Thedas to joining the armies of the faithful. Most people would have spread that out over more than one day.
I'm just glad to be alive.
I'm just glad I'm still standing after all that.
I still can't believe you survived Cassandra. You're lucky you were out cold for most of her frothing rage. For days now, we've been staring at the breach, watching demons and maker knows what.
So that must be the breach.
Bad for morale would be an understatement. I still can't believe anyone was in there and lived.
If it was that bad, why did you stay? Cassandra said you were free to go.
I like to think I'm as selfish and irresponsible as the next guy, but this... Thousands of people died on that mountain. I was almost one of them. And now there's a hole in the sky. Even I can't walk away and just leave that to sort itself out.
It's pure luck that I escaped.
Good luck or bad? You might want to consider running at the first opportunity. I've written enough tragedies to recognize where this is going. Heroes are everywhere. I've seen that. But the hole in the sky, that's beyond heroes. We're going to need a miracle.
A miracle. Alright. Well, it's...
Need something?
I have a personal question.
Can I ask you something, Varric?
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined toward extravagant lies.
Holy cow, where are you from? That's all for now. Ta-ta for now.
You from Ferelden? Orlais?
Free marches.
Orlais.
Born and raised in Kirkwall. And despite whatever you've heard, no. Kirkwall's not that bad.
I'm not clear on your line of work. You're a merchant?
I'm a businessman. My family has a seat in the Dwarven Merchants Guild. Merchants buy and sell goods. Businessmen buy and sell stores. In my spare time, I manage a spy network, and occasionally, I write books.
Spies, huh?
If you've run a spy network, why is Liliana our spy master?
To be honest with you, she's just a better spy master. The truly great ones can keep their distance. They don't get attached to their people. Me, I always wind up babysitting my informants and worrying about their families. We're in better hands with her.
That's weird. So he's a dwarf who actually, like, cares about people, huh?
You're an author? What kind of books have you written?
I've tried my hands at a few genres. My crime
science fiction.
Popular. Hard in Hightown, guards breaking the rules to get things done. The Tale of the Champion is the most famous thing I've written, or infamous maybe. I started a romance serial once, Swords and Shields, but to be honest, I don't have a knack for romances. Most of my stories end in tragedy. Probably that says something unfortunate about me personally.
What sort of shops do you own?
Actually, we don't own shops. That was just an example. Mostly we invest in money lenders. Auction houses, a few mercenary companies, a couple of smithies. I think we own half a beet plantation in Ravane somewhere. Most of that's my brother's doing. Bartrand had business sense. Not much tact, but loads of business sense.
How do you know Cassandra?
How do you and Cassandra know each other?
You heard about the Kirkwall Chantry being destroyed? The guy responsible used to be a friend of mine. The Seeker had questions about that.
Because what's her face?
And I had answers.
Where did you get that crossbow? I've never seen one like it.
Bianca? She's one of a kind.
He
Funny
named
story.
the bow.
I bought a salvage ship and found her locked in a dragon bone reinforced chest in the hold.
So
I broke 3 dozen lockpicks and blunted 9 saws opening that trunk, but it was worth it.
Exactly.
Who is she named for?
I can't tell you.
And the reason for that is?
Complicated. It's the one story I'll never tell. We just have to leave it at that.
Stupid.
Thanks, Varric.
No problem.
Secret. It's probably a really bad secret, too.
Need something?
It's underage. Tell me about red lyrium.
The red lyrium we found at the temple seemed to upset you.
My brother Bartrand and I sort of discovered red lyrium during an expedition in the Deep Roads. We located an ancient tide, so old it barely looked dwarven. There was this idol there made of it. Bartrand brought it back to the surface, and, well, everything's gone downhill from there.
Huh. Well, what is it?
So what is it? Just another kind of lyrium?
The red stuff is lyrium like a dragon is a lizard. It's not just a different color. It has a whole host of weirdness all its own. I've written to every mining cast house in Orzammar. No one's seen this stuff before or knows where it came from.
What makes it special?
What makes it special?
Regular lyrium can mess you up pretty badly, but you have to ingest it for that to happen.
Like drugs
Red
now.
lyrium messes with your mind when you're just near the stuff. You hear singing, get violent, paranoid, and then it does creepy shit. Makes things float, brings statues to life. It also turned Kirkwall's Knight Commander to lyrium. Everyone's been kept at least 100 paces from it.
So it's basically like a drug then.
How did the red lyrium get in the Temple of Sacred Ashes?
I don't know. So as far as I knew, the only piece to make it to the surface was destroyed. And the location of the tide it came from is a secret. Did someone find more of it in the Deep Roads? That's not a cheery thought.
Oh, no, 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 no. That's enough for now?
I think that's enough on red lyrium.
Yeah, not really my favorite subject. Need something?
Can I ask you something, Varric?
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined toward extravagant
okay.
Thanks, Varric.
No problem.
Alright, so we got the whole Varric situation out of the way, and it wants me to read this over here. Jeez. Hopefully it's not another long-winded bunch of nonsense. Primeval red lyrium deposits found. Really? Ah, for crying out loud. Fine. Andrastes Madbar. Whatever. Marlboro. Cigarettes now. You know Andrastes' old Marlboro. You know Andrastes' old M. He didn't show up in the chant, and if you ask those holy sisters, well, they'll say Andraste can't have had some big old smelly war dog. But all Ferelden knows it's right. Our sweet lady needed someone who would warm her feet at night. What the heck is that? I can't tell if that's an I or an L. M-A-B-A-R-I? Marbury? Oh, okay, fine, let's start over. You know Andrastes' old Marbury, he didn't show up in the chant. And if you ask those holy sisters, well, they'll say Andraste can't have had some big old smelly war dog, but all Federland knows it right. Our sweet lady needed someone who would warm her feet at night. And there's Andrastes Marbury by the holy prophet's side. In the fight against Eventyr, the dog would never hide. They say the Maker sent him special, always loyal without pride, so he could be the sworn companion of the Maker's holy bride. Oh, that dog, he guards Andraste without arrogance or fear, only asking of his mistress just a scratch behind the ear. So now this is a rhyme. Oh, that dog, he guards Andraste without arrogance or fear, only asking of his mistress just a scratch behind the ears. But then old Maffrath gets to plotting, tries to lure that dog away. But even as they trap the prophet, her mobbery never strays. And there's Andraste's mobbery by the holy prophet's side. In the fight against Teventir, that dog would never hide. They say the Maker sent him special, always loyal without pride, so he could be the sworn companion of the Maker's holy bride. Oh, they thought the wounds had killed him, but then he limped out towards the fire. And Hezron, he shed a tear, and that dog laid on the pyre. Just laid right on the fire, huh? And there's Andraste's Marbury by the holy prophet's side. In the fight against Teventir, the dog would never die. And they said the Maker was special bride. So he could be sworn companion of the Maker. Yes, that Marbury's the companion of the Maker's holy bride. A popular, if historically unlikely. It's a tavern song, huh? Alright, and that's down the steps. So I want to stay up here. Looks like some more loot. What's in here? A miniature spinning wheel, huh? Well, let's open this up. More nonsense to read. Oh, thank goodness. Patient observations. Less thrashing. I wonder if this is where I was at. Unless some response to stimulus, vital seems solid. 2 attempts so far by locals to break into the chantry to kill my patient. Wait a minute. Less thrashing. Some response to stimulus. Vital seems solid. 2 attempts so far by locals to break into the chantry to kill my patient. All this work to save his life, and will they just execute him? Will inform Lady Cassandra I expect him to wake up before the morn. Wonder if this was me or if it was somebody else. Can't remember. So I'm probably getting pretty close to the elf root thing. Getting closer to 29. Alright. Looks like that's about everything down here. Let's head back up the steps. Okay. So it wants me to look at this table again, huh? Why? Not enough materials for this schematic. So I need 5 silk and 5 lamb's wool. Okay.
Thanks for checking anyway.
No problem. There we go. Fennec fur. Like Alfred and the Fennec. Lights, camera, action 52. Good old angry video game nerd. See, there's like all these chests around here. I don't even know what this is doing. Attack my target. It's like, here's a chest, and it's like, nope, you can't unlock that. Barrels, I can't even check the barrels. Okay. Is there anything over here? Liliana, I guess I could re-talk to her.
There were so many questions surrounding Faria's death. Did he think we wouldn't notice? He's killed Faria, one of my best agents, and knows where the others are. You know what must be done. Make it clean. Painless if you can.
What?
We were friends once.
Remain silent? Huh. Darn it. Like, I don't know what... I don't want to make her mad. See, like, something like this, like, do you have to kill him? It would seem... Like, I would like him to say something like, well, do you have to kill him? Maybe there's something else we could do. But instead, he'll just get an attitude. Oh, well, you don't have to kill him. And now she's going to be mad. Remain silent.
Wait.
Try it.
What are you doing?
He betrayed us. He murdered my agent.
And you'd kill him, just like that.
You find fault with my decision?
Killing him is a waste.
We can't solve our problems with murder.
And what would you suggest? Leave him be. Butler's betrayal put our agents in danger. I condemned one man to save dozens. I may not like what I do, but it must be done. I cannot afford the luxury of ideals at a time like this.
Find a better way?
Now is precisely the time for ideals.
Just made her mad.
Very strongly about this. Very well. I will think of another way to deal with this man. Apprehend Butler, but see that he lives.
Weird. Like, what's the...
Now, if you're happy, I have more work to do.
It's like, what's the point of this? I don't know. It's weird. Like, it's cool, I guess, that you can have choices, but it's like, holy cow, like, I don't want to make everyone angry.
Reports of fade rifts and demons keep coming. The people are terrified, and it's only getting worse. The only thing that will calm their fears now is the hope that someone out there can save them. You have to be that someone. No one else has any power over the rifts. Seal them. Your legend will spread, and Thedas will learn to trust the Inquisition.
Alright, let's investigate.
They called you the left hand of the divine.
That they did? What of it?
What of it? Friggin' attitude now.
What is the point of an Inquisition?
Justinia would have started the Inquisition if the Divine Conclave failed to restore peace. She hoped that with enough support, we could challenge the very tenets of the Chantry. She wanted the Chantry to treat the mages fairly. But sometimes I wonder, why stop at mages? The Chantry has committed many injustices. If we're going to change it, why not change the whole thing? It's just a thought. None of this is possible if we fail.
Oops. I'll try my best.
I'm sorry she didn't live to see the Inquisition.
So am I.
I could use the left hand of the divine at my side out there.
Every agent out in the world is my eyes, my ears, my blade. Wherever my people are, I am also. Coming with you, leaving my post, would blind and bound me. Do you see?
What exactly does the left hand of the divine do?
A divine always has enemies.
Bunch of nonsense.
And Justinia had more than most. I protected her. I watched, had an ear to every door. I identified threats, and I dealt with them.
That's a bit shady.
Why did Justinia have so many enemies?
There were many who felt she was unfit to be divine. She had a past, a worldly life. Unlike many, she wasn't given to the Chantry as a child. She chose it, and somehow that made her unworthy. And because they thought she was unworthy, they wished her harm.
It sounds like you did some unscrupulous things as the left hand.
Perhaps, but wouldn't you do anything to protect what you love?
I'd like to hear about Justinia. What was she like?
A friend. A mentor. Like me, she had secrets, made mistakes. It made her human. I think her followers responded to that.
Holy smoke. What? Were you more than friends?
Was there something more than friendship between you?
You're asking if we were lovers? Typical.
Stupid.
I was devoted to her, therefore it must be romantic. Love is common. Love is simple. My bond with Justinia was something greater. She was a sister, a mother, a teacher. So, to answer your question, yes, it was more than friendship.
How did you and Justinia meet?
I met her a long time ago, before she became divine. Before she was Justinia. When I met her, she was Mother Dorothea.
Dorothea.
I
Dorothy.
was at my lowest. Broken.
Dorothy from Golden Girls.
And she saved me. No, wait. She hates it when I say that.
Just yuck it up.
Myself. She just showed me it was possible.
Just yuck it up. Just laugh like it's a big giant joke. Oh yeah, let's continue this nonsense later. Now let's see if anything changes. Why does it keep doing that? Fine.
Why do you want me to seek out the rebel mages? Why do you care?
I've known mages. Some of them were better people than me. And yet I'm free and they're not. It's not right.
Tell me about yourself.
Let's talk about you.
Me?
No.
Bards tell tales. I bet you tell some good ones.
So she's a bard.
There are plenty of tales in the library. Perhaps you should look for them there.
It's funny. It's kind of funny that she's got that attitude.
I trained to be a spy from a young age. Learned from the best. For a while, I was wildly happy. I loved the thrill of that life, the danger. But nothing lasts forever. I went into hiding, and when I emerged, the Divine called on me. She presented me with my own network of spies, and said I was the only one she could trust.
You seem to know a great many people.
I have made friends, and on occasion enemies. It's unavoidable.
Man, that's a lot of stuff. Holy cow.
The Blight, don't you?
I had the privilege of calling her friend before she died. The world seemed much duller after that. It still does.
You seem to know Josephine quite well.
I met her a long time ago, but we didn't become good friends until years later. After the Blight, in fact. I'd just returned to Val Rayu, and she welcomed me back by throwing a diplomatic ball.
Val Rayu.
She was the Antivan ambassador at the time, you see. The ball was... alright. Too many politicians. At midnight, Josie and I left to find a real party. We've been friends ever since.
Real party? See, what do
you consider a real party?
It's not a real party until someone's small clothes are pinned to a chantry board. And that's all I'm saying about it.
Just big giant orgies with everyone.
We can continue this conversation later.
You know where I am.
I don't know why he keeps doing that, because then I'll click on it and there's more stuff.
Anything I should know?
I've nothing to report at the moment.
Anything I should know?
I've nothing to report at the moment.
Okay, finally. Holy smoke.
I'll leave you to your work.
Okay. Alright, so we got that. Now what? What does it want me to loot? Oh. Okay. And I already looted that, that's fine. Oh, la-di-da-di. See, and that's what I mean. It's like, I'm already 2 hours in, and I'm pretty much just dinking around. But like, this is what I need to do. Like, that's why, like I said, I think it's so hard. It's weird to try to live stream stuff like this. Just because it's like, this is how I like to play the games. I like to sit down, I like to relax, just putz around. Play the game, talk to people, learn the lore, learn the story. But look how long it takes. It takes a long time to do all this. And it's like I feel on, a live stream, people aren't going to want to sit there and watch me do all this. They're gonna want to see me hurry up, play the game, go through the quests, beat everything, and get moving onward. I said to loot that, and he just sits there. Sledgehammer. No, I think that, yeah, during the first live stream, someone told me that you only have, like, you do have limited inventory. So I wonder if he slows down or anything. I really do kind of like the fact that there is, like, a border that you can kind of putz around the outer edges at least. So it does kind of keep everything. So you can't just go wandering off like crazy. That is kind of nice. Because it's like, okay, I'm up here looking for elf root, and it's like, it is really nice to have the rocks there to block you from fooling around too much. Okay. So we got all that. He won't talk to any of them, but he'll talk to this guy. Let's do it then.
Mages and Templars were already at war. Now they're blaming each other for the Divine's death.
Which is why we require a proper authority to guide them back to order.
Who? You? Random clerics who weren't important enough to be at the Conclave.
The Rebel Inquisition and its so-called Herald of Andraste? I think not.
Andraste. Why can't we work together?
So far, you're the only one who's insisted we can't work together.
We might, if your Inquisition would recognize the Chantry's authority.
There is no authority until another Divine is chosen.
In due time, Andraste will be our guide, not some dazed wanderer on a mountainside.
Andraste. What about the conscience? How about the conscience be your guide?
Remind me why you're allowing the Chancellor to stay?
Clearly, your Templar knows where to draw the line.
He's toothless. There's no point turning him into a martyr simply because he runs at the mouth. The Chancellor's a good indicator of what to expect in Val Royeaux, however.
How widespread is the violence between mages and Templars?
Impossible to say.
Your organization flouting the Chantry's authority will not help matters.
With the Conclave destroyed, I imagine the war between mages and Templars is renewed with interest.
But who killed the Divine?
The mages and Templars are fighting even though we don't know what really happened at the Temple of Sacred Ashes?
Exactly why all this should be left to a new Divine. If you are innocent, the Chantry will establish it as so.
Or we'll be happy to use someone as a scapegoat.
You think nobody cares about the truth? We all grieve Justinia's loss.
But you won't grieve if the Herald of Andraste is conveniently swept under a carpet.
Alright, I'll return with good news.
I'll make sure they see reason in Val Royeaux.
I pray you're right.
Alright, what else you got to yak about?
While you and the others appeal to the Chantry and...
Better ready yourself for the blame you will be rightly assigned.
Wait, what?
I will keep the peace while you and the others appeal to the Chantry in Val Royeaux.
Better ready yourself for the blame you will be rightly assigned.
Huh. Wow, so I don't have a whole bunch of dialogue. Wow. Wow. No way. Is this more elf root? See, I'm wondering if this is regrowing. Now it got quiet out here all of a sudden. Now they're yakking it up again. Alright. That must be the apothecary. Yeah. Huh. Black root. Yeah, looks like it all regrows then. That's interesting. Okay. Well, let's go in here and upgrade potions. See if I have. I only have 26. Holy smoke. That's fine. I'm not going to mess with that quite yet. So.
We can get that for you right away, sir.
You're back. And in one piece.
To investigate. Okay.
Farewell.
That's right. So that's all done with him. Speak with Corporal Vale about the state of the hinterlands. Alright. So this was all on the inside. So I pretty much explored everything. This is that tavern, and they just leave the door open.
And you've seen no signs of the Grey Wardens anywhere.
So literally, like, I can just sit in here and listen to these songs, and he'll keep unlocking songs.
We're not paying you to be sarcastic.
Can I get you anything?
What can you tell me about this area?
Adarna's Haven's apothecary. He's been making potions and tending to the wounded as best he can. Harris is the Inquisition smith. Whatever he can make you, Thren the quartermaster can probably find. And for anything fancier, you can try buying from Segris. His prices aren't too high. Yet. Oh, there's also Minev.
Yeah. Got it. Okay, so that was everything on the inside. Upstairs. So let's come downstairs. Really? I haven't been down here yet, huh? Okay. Oof. Well, let's see what's down here real quick. What was that? Got some loot and some more elf root. What is in here now? A weighted dagger. So I just need one more elf root. Alright, let's go. Let's go back here, snoop around. Huh. Or if that was just a little bit of a glitch. So it looks like we got some hidden treasure back here. What kind of goodies is in here now? Ring of attack, 2% attack. Okay, item level 10. So he probably cannot put that ring on. Because I do believe I'm only at level 4, which reminds me I did level up. So I'm probably going to have to make some adjustments there, okay. Not seeing much of anything. Okay. Can't read those letters. Big bunch of nothing. Let's go in here then. Surprised no one freaks out for you just walking in their house like that. Surprised you don't get mad. See, I still got quite a bit more exploring to do, because I got to explore down here and then go on the outskirts where like the armor person is, and then go all the way back up and explore in the building, the big building, the castle or whatever you want to call it. Okay. See what's in here. look like anything. Nothing, huh? See, I'm wondering if I have to do this later on. Okay. I don't think there's anything back here. Yeah, I already discovered all this. Alright. Won't talk to anyone over here. Won't talk to anyone. See, that's weird. Because I could talk to him, and then I thought there was somebody else over here that I could talk to as well. I thought it was right here. They won't talk. And they won't talk. Fine. Let's figure out what this guy's got to say.
Good day. Or good as it could be with the sky ripped apart.
Let's investigate. Why have you stayed?
What kind of person stays to run a shop at a time like this?
The kind with nowhere else to go. Those blasted demons destroyed most of my goods. If I stay here, work some contacts, I can start rebuilding. Maybe, just maybe, help you folks out in the process.
How's the mood?
You must speak with most everyone here. How are people doing?
Hope and fear in equal measure. No one really knows what it means when an Inquisition is called. Yet, I imagine it's no better for you. You've got my sympathies, for what it's worth.
Well, let's see.
Can I see what you have for sale?
Of course. My wares are at the table.
Okay.
Greetings.
Okay. So that's not too much dialogue then.
Until later.
Stay safe.
Well, let's just see what he's got. So I can sell L2 and R2, huh? Acolyte Lightning Staff. I do have a longbow. I forgot about that. I actually did pick up a bow and a balanced dagger. Armor. And see, generally I don't like buying stuff because usually a lot of this stuff you can just find out and about, so. It's crafting materials, it's fine. Let's sell. What can I sell? The weighted dagger. Hunting lust. Highland dirk. It's pretty cheap. So before I do that, I think I want to sell something. But inventory. Let's look at the weapons. So there's a sledgehammer that's 88. Okay, I would like to sell it. Either way, yeah, this is warrior only, so I can't even use them. I wonder if I can give it to my other warriors. That'll be something to try sometime. So, the reinforced dagger that's equipped. The stiletto. So I can sell the stiletto and the Highland dirk. The reinforced dagger is equipped, and one of the Highland dirks I already have equipped. The weighted dagger. Oh, I should just equip this. The stiletto and the reinforced dagger. So I can sell the reinforced dagger, the stiletto, and one of the Highland dirks. That's fine. Let's sell this one. See, it doesn't tell me what the perks are. Thank goodness I can... Oh, maybe it does. No, I guess I could examine it. That's 88. 91. So we'll sell this. Nice. Reinforced dagger. The Highland Dirk. Wait a minute, wait a minute. So what do I have equipped? I have a weighted dagger equipped. Let's equip that. So that's equipped. And that's equipped. Gotcha. So I can sell both the Highland Dirks then. Okay. Wonder if you can break it down. I mean, it says destroy. I can destroy stuff. Alright, so let's check out my armor then. Mercenary coat. Mercenary coat. I guess I could sell these two. I don't need that. Yeah. I'll keep the scout hat, obviously. These, I don't... Mage only. And like I said, I'm not sure. I wonder if I can trade them to the people in my party. So for now, I will sell the mercenary coat. Let's do that. Mercenary coat, there we go. Sell and sell. Yeah, I forgot that I even had all this stuff, so now there's going to be a bunch of fooling around with this. Ring of attack. Don't have any upgrades. Crafting, I'm not worried about that. Not worried about that. Gotcha, gotcha. Alright.
Greetings.
I don't want to talk to him. Get out of there. Snoop around back here. Nothing to loot. Nothing to loot over here. That's fine. I think I got everything figured out over here. Let's go this way and finish up the exploration. See, I don't even think I've seen over here yet. Yeah, I don't even know what any of this is. Now where's that?
Been a while since I built one of these. I said to the maker that I'd never have to build another.
Okay.
Paid you as much attention as he pays everyone else.
Don't talk like that, boy. I lived through the
Let's loot this.
We're doing the maker's
Blades weave.
If we get out of a hard fight alive, we'll thank him kindly for it.
Okay, I don't want to read a book for an hour, but whatever. Construction orders. Well, let's see what this big thing is that they're building then. As you know from the terrible accidents of last week, many passages through the mountain are unstable and liable to collapse at any moment. I do not wish us to lose more brothers and sisters in the search for lost cultist treasure. We must seal all entrances into the mountain. The Templars have done a careful sweep of the caves. Everything of worth was collected. What remains of the disciples of Andraste, since apparently that's how they pronounce Andraste, will be forgotten. Buried in the earth once it's done. Once it's done, let us have no more talk of them. This is This is a new haven, restored to life by the true chantry and most holy Justiana V, Mother Florentine. Okay. So there's stuff over here I can possibly loot. Here we go. Elven Cowl, huh? So I'll have to look at that later. Another stupid book. Oh man, this one's a long one. Siege equipment in Thedas. Siege weaponry has been used in Thedas for centuries, with primitive equipment used as far back as the Third Blight. Nevertheless, it occupies a particular niche in the tools of warfare due to its requirements. Any army wishing to produce trebuchets... Any army wishing to produce trebuchets or catapults must be funded and organized well enough to procure both the necessary materials and the military experts to construct them. Throughout history, most armies who fulfill such requirements did not take advantage of the situation. During the Third Blight, for example, our lessons and Montesemard, whatever, constructed catapults to fling flaming debris at the Darkspawn. But the expense of the weapons did not justify the limited damage they caused, and the Darkspawn were ultimately driven back by the Grey Wardens, not siege weaponry. Tevinter forces similarly had resources to construct siege weapons when attacking the Free Marchers or defending themselves against the exultant marchers of the Black Age. Instead, the Imperium focused primarily upon the power of its magisters, who were less powerful but more flexible than siege equipment, and who could more easily fall back when the tide of battle turned. As a result, in the battles against the Quinari, in the Steel Age, generals found to their chagrin that the great Oxman had left them behind Quinari black powder. Quinari black powder is, most military experts agree, not magic. It is merely an advanced alchemy that makes their cannons more effective than any trebuchet could ever be. Nevertheless, there remains hope as centuries have passed since the last blight, and mages are now safely held in the circles where they harm none. The experts of Federland and Orlais, apparently that's how you pronounce it, may once again turn their great minds to learning. We need no magic now where the minds of men survive unfettered. With our resources and our commitment of knowledge, we can easily surpass the brutal Quinari on the field of battle. From Quan, Gurns, and Steel, military conflict, and post-blight Thedas, written and dragon, blah, 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 blah. Oh, holy smoke. There is so much story and lore going on in this game. There's so much stuff. Spindleweed, huh? Alright. Can't jump up there, it's fine. Do a quick search. See, I don't really feel like putzing around up there. Looks like a treasure chest. Reinforced dagger. Maybe I can sell that. It'd be funny if you could. It'd be funny if you could jump inside the trebuchet or the catapult if it was built. Shoot yourself up. All right, so I'm just gonna snoop around, and I'm gonna check to see what's up this way real quick. I'll probably just find elf root or iron if anything. Okay. Looks like it's kind of blocking me from going. Now it's letting me go. And just a bunch of iron. It's fine. Some more iron. Alright. Doesn't really look like too much. But that's the thing. It's like there might be a really nice treasure chest up here full of a bunch of goodies. And from what I gathered, all this stuff will respawn. Alright. And that's the apothecary. That's fine. Okay. So that is nice. Like I said earlier, it's nice that they have the borders to kind of keep it linear somewhat. So you can't just go running off all willy-nilly. Of course, I could probably jump over this and... Nope, you won't. That's fine. Alright.
Make her watch over you.
You too, big guy. Make her watch over you too. Holy smoke in a handbasket. So, now what's... Alright, let's just see real quick. What did I pick up? So I can sell that to him. The reinforced dagger. So that apparently is better. Gotcha. So I can sell the scout hat now. And I can sell... I mean, I guess I could sell those, but I kind of want to hold off and see if I can trade them and give them to people in my party. So I guess I'll sell the scout hat. And one of the reinforced daggers.
You would bid me stand only in place.
Okay, and we will sell the scout hat. Alright. Well, let's come down here, I guess. Maybe I can finally do that one quest. Jeez, now I got all this. I'll talk to her later.
Why not? Because we're Templars.
What is that? One two-handed schematic. Man, it's a lot of racket going on over there. Alright. So, I did have that one quest that it would not allow me to do. Where is it? Right on, here it is. Have some armor made. Are you gonna work this time? And it's only gonna allow me to make a scout coat, huh? Defense. Oh, I see what it is. Alright, what is this now? Druffalo? A Druffalo. Okay. Druffalo hide and nug skin. A nug? The heck is a nug? Sounds like something Pauly Shore would say. A nug. 4% range, defense, and cold resistance. Alright, that's fine. Let's see what this is. Just another Druffalo hide. Okay, so this one must be a little bit better, though, than the other Druffalo hide. Low armor rating, 1 to dexterity, 1%. So we got 1%, 2.5. 1%, 2.5. So it seems like they're all the same. Like I said, I never played this game before, so I'm not sure what the difference is between armor and defense. So that's +1 cunning, 2% critical damage, 1% range defense. Critical chance. No, wrong thing. Cold damage resistance. I don't know. Let's go for this one. Well, 67. Yeah, whatever. Fine. So I have to do them both, huh? Interesting. Okay. Weird. Trophy earned. Well prepared. You have crafted Ice Walker Scout Coat. I can rename that? That's fine. Alright. Let's check out my inventory real quick. Nice. So that is a lot better. Except the range stuff went down. That's fine. I guess I could sell the scout coat now. Wish I had like a storage container I could stick them in. Let's I don't want to craft any weapons. Modify armor. Let's talk to this guy first. What's your story?
How did you come to be here?
Long story, not worth telling twice.
Oh, thank goodness. I don't have to sit for an hour.
Who outfits the Inquisition's soldiers?
Not me. I've got work to do. Can't be passing a sword to every blighter who signs up. If you want to help the troops, talk to Thren, the quartermaster.
Thren.
She'll set up requisitions.
Does the Inquisition not have supplies to make armor or weapons?
Tough convincing traders to haul up here. Impossible to get them to risk the rare stuff, so that's on you.
Okay.
What can you and your team make here?
Arms and armor. We work iron to blighted dragon bone if you've got it. Our designs are simple, but they get the job done.
Dragon
You
bone.
want something fancy? Bring your own design. We'll see what we can do.
Alright, I know I did find a schematic. I just don't know what the schematic was for.
Can you help improve my arms and armor?
Yes. You find a new piece, a pauldron or greaves, we'll take care of you. You can't just slap a new hilt on your sword in the field. Bring it here, we'll make sure it's done right and proper.
Alright.
Goodbye.
Right.
So let's just... I could modify this. So I'm going to check this real quick. I just want to see what I can do for modifying stuff. A balanced dagger grip. It's 2 to the dexterity and a rune, but I do not have any runes available. Remove upgrade. That's weird. I don't. It didn't even seem like it upgraded. That's weird. Weighted dagger. Whatever. It's fine. That's fine. Modify armor then. I can't modify that. No upgrades available. And I do have that schematic, so that's probably what this is. Iron and onyx. Birds just screaming off in the background. Iron or onyx, I don't know. Chance to stagger, chance. We'll go with iron for now. Maybe I'll mix it up. A brutal, stunning pommel. Okay.
Should serve you well.
Hopefully, let's check it out. We got the inventory, weapons. What the heck? Where is it? What? Did I do something wrong? Craft weapons. Where the heck did it go?
You need something?
I just crafted a weapon. Oh. What the heck? I crafted a weapon. And it's not in here. Why? Where the heck does it go then? It's not in my luxuries, is it? What is this? It's an upgrade. Huh. Must have upgraded. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I thought I actually crafted a weapon. I didn't realize I crafted an upgrade. Whatever. I don't know what a pommel is, I guess. Google it. Weird. Can I equip it? I can destroy it. Fine. Enough of that nonsense. Let's get out of here. Okay. Let's see what's in here then. Any notes, any kind of nonsense I have to read? It does not look like it. Gotcha. Good, great, grand. Find the assassin hidden in the haystack. Okay, and this looks like I'm moving outward and onward. I don't necessarily want to be fooling around over here too much. Okay. There's some more elf root. Alright, let's get back over this way. So I just checked out that building, and I talked to Tweedledee over here.
Good day to you.
That's weird. So that's what it wants me to do. That's what that's discovering then, apparently. Well, let's see what's over here. Some more iron. Okay. No one to talk to here, and that's fine. And no one to talk to over here, and that's fine, and that's good. Okay. Now, who is this? Well, let's loot this real quick. Looks like a pretty fancy chest. Thrusting longsword. Well, let's talk to Cassandra. Just angry. Holy cow.
Ugh.
Flirt with her now? Fine, let's flirt with her, I guess. Was that supposed to be me?
You're kind of a force of nature, aren't you?
When I need to be.
Stupid.
It's impressive.
You flatter me.
I'm trying.
Did I do the right thing?
What?
What I have set in motion here could destroy everything I have revered my whole life. One day they may write about me as a traitor, a madwoman, a fool, and they may be right.
Alright, well, let's investigate. What do you believe?
What does your faith tell you?
They're gonna make all sorts of
I
racket.
believe you are innocent. I believe more is going on here than we can see. And I believe no one else cares to do anything about it. They will stand in the fire and complain that it is hot. But is this the Maker's will? I can only guess.
What is this? Alright. Well, let's make her happy.
You didn't have any choice.
Didn't I?
Or let's not, let's make her mad.
My trainers always said, Cassandra, you are too brash. You must think before you act. I see what must be done, and I do it. I see no point in running around in circles like a dog chasing its tail. But I misjudged you in the beginning, did I not? I thought the answer was before me, clear as day. I cannot afford to be so careless again.
You had cause, sure. Let's be nice.
Like you had no reason to suspect me.
I was determined to have someone answer for what happened. Anyone. You've said you believe you're chosen. Does that mean you believe in the Maker?
Oof. I don't know. Let's go with I don't know.
I can't really say.
I suppose it doesn't matter now. I have to believe we were put on this path for a reason, even if you do not. Now it simply remains to see where it leads us.
Alright, well, obviously you're not done yakking.
It occurs to me I don't actually know much about you.
Let's get this stuff out of the way.
I'm not sure. Where are you from?
Tell her? Okay. Make something up. Let's tell her.
I was born in Ostwick, and that's where most of my family is.
The Trevelyan's, is it not? A large clan with a rather clever coat of arms.
Clever?
Me, do you consider the Free March as your home? Are you eager to go back?
Home is wherever I am. Eventually, perhaps.
Wherever I am is home enough for me.
That's how I feel now, after years of tending to business for the Divine.
Okay, tell me about yourself.
I'd like to get to know you better.
Of course you would.
Is that a problem?
Not entirely. I'm just curious as to your motivation.
What? So you can just flirt, huh? Just flirt it up. Why not?
Is there any harm in us becoming a little closer?
Plenty.
What?
Is that right?
As you wish.
It's mad
My name
now.
is Cassandra Pentecost, daughter of the Royal House of Navarra, 78th in line for the Navarran throne. I joined the Seekers of Truth as a young woman, and was with the Order until they withdrew from the Chantry. I remained as the Divine's right hand, carrying out her order to form the Inquisition. And here we are. That's all there is to know, my lord.
My lord?
You're a member of Navarra's royal family.
The Pentaghasts are a very large clan. Half of Cumberland could say the same.
Pentaghasts?
Really?
No, but it feels that way. I have hundreds of relatives so distant they need charts to prove we're related at all. And they have them. Oh yes. The Pentaghasts value their precious blood like it runs with gold.
Well, let's go with this one.
And you joined the Seekers to get away from that?
It was a life worth getting away from. The Pentaghasts are famed for dragon hunting, but few actually pursue the craft. Most are fat and lazy. They pay lip service to the Maker and care only for idle pleasures and past glories. My brother was all that kept me in Navarra. Once he was gone, so was I.
What happened to your brother?
Tell me about your brother.
I would prefer not to speak of Anthony.
Anthony?
Another time, perhaps.
Good old Tony, huh?
You don't seem to like your homeland much.
My family polluted it for me. What little I saw of my homeland was through the bars of a gilded cage. My uncle treated me like a porcelain doll to be placed on a shelf and dusted only when necessary. Thus I did not see Navarra, the real Navarra, until much later. By then I realized I knew it not at all.
What about your parents? See, I don't get that. The pentagram pops up and all of a sudden it's like, oh.
So you were the right hand.
Probably make her mad.
To Divine Justinia, yes. And Divine Beatrix before her, in fact. The position is normally reserved for Templars of the Knights Divine, but my circumstances were unusual.
Unusual how?
You don't know the story? Thank the Maker. I will tell you if you wish, but it isn't as exciting as some drum it up to be. The short version is that I once saved the previous Divine's life. My reward was becoming her right hand.
And I met the left hand earlier.
But what does a right hand do exactly?
What is your hand capable of? It gives, it takes, it beckons. It makes a fist. Liliana and I extended the Divine's reach beyond the Grand Cathedral. We went where she could not. After Beatrix, I was tired of the position and wanted to return to the Seekers. But Justinia convinced me to stay. Her vision for the future gave me hope.
Alright.
You don't seem to like your homeland much.
My family polluted it for me. What lit my uncle treated. Thus
already did this, come on.
The real Navarra.
Fine.
Until much later. By then I realized that...
Your uncle? What about your parents?
They had the misfortune of taking the wrong side in the second attempt to overthrow King Marcus.
King Marcus.
The king executed them, but spared my brother and I since we were family, and children at the time. Thus we were raised by my uncle, a Mortalitasi who preferred the company of his corpses to the living.
Your uncle was a Mortalitasi?
A death mage. He still is. My countrymen do not burn the dead, they bury them in special crypts.
Then he praises them.
The Mortalitasi supervise the crypts, like priests. Uncle Vestalis oversees the Grand Necropolis. Navarrans spend more time honoring dead relatives than they do with living ones. It is odd to be so fascinated with death and its trappings. I will never understand it.
Alright.
So you were the right hand to the Divine?
To Divine Justinia, yes. And Divine Beatrix before her, in fact. The position is normally reserved for Templars of the Knights Divine, but my circumstances
Oh man, come on.
unusual.
Unusual how?
You don't know the story. The short version is that I once saved the previous Divine's
Alright.
life. My
That's it
reward
for
was
now.
becoming her
I'll let you get back to work.
And like I said before, it's funny, like, oh, that's it. And then you go back to talk to her and there's more
Do you need
stuff.
something?
Can you tell me more about the Seekers?
The Seekers of Truth were born from the original Inquisition long ago, when it united with the Chantry. Seekers stood above the Templars, watching over them but also investigating magical events they couldn't handle. We were meant to be incorruptible, above reproach. How seldom does reality match the idea?
But what are Seekers, exactly?
Those who know anything of us think we are Templars. We do not use lyrium, however. Our abilities are different, as was our original purpose.
They don't use the drug lyrium.
We Templars and were accountable only to the divine. And not even her, truthfully.
So, the Seekers commanded the Templars?
No. The Order didn't assume command until after the rebellion. The Templars have always feared us. When a Seeker arrived at a circle, they knew trouble was afoot. That kind of power is troubling. You begin to think you are the only one who can solve the world's problems. If you don't see a problem, it doesn't exist. If someone insists it does, they are the blind ones.
All right.
Why did your order turn against the Chantry?
We originally united with the Chantry through a treaty that stated they would keep mages under control. It was felt Most Holy had tacitly allowed the Circle of Magi to vote on its independence,
Magi?
thus breaking the treaty.
Or Magi?
The Seekers saw themselves as justified, and they led the Templars into a war of righteousness.
You mentioned that Seekers have different abilities than Templars.
Entirely. A Templar's abilities come from lyrium and are designed to hunt mages. Ours come from ritual and many years of dedicated training. We cannot be possessed by demons and are immune to mind control. Useful considering our role. Seekers can gain other gifts, though that depends on the individual.
Alright, let's do
How
this
does someone
one.
become a Seeker?
Most Seekers begin training in their youth. I was much older, an exception due to my noble birth. We train rigorously for years. Our bodies and minds must be elastic to undergo the vigil, and most fail even then.
Is the vigil some kind of initiation?
It is the rite every Seeker must go through in order to summon their gifts. A full year of fasting, prayer, and separation from all distractions, including other people. We empty ourselves of all emotion, focusing only on the purity of our devotion. And the moment it finally ends, it's wonderful. Faith realized. I cannot put it into words.
Hurry up.
I wish I could experience that.
Oh, she approved,
If
huh?
the vigil was not so arduous, I'd say more should attempt it. What if mages never needed to fear possession by demons? I'm told it is impossible, however. I suppose I'll never know the truth of it now.
Why did your order turn against the Chantry?
We originally united with the Chantry through a treaty that stated it was felt Most Holy had tacitly allowed the Circle of... The Seekers saw themselves as justified, and they led the Templars in...
You sound like you disagree.
We knew what was happening at Kirkwall, where
Little
the Mage
Kirkwall.
Rebellion began. We looked into reports of Knight Commander Meredith's harsh treatment of her charges years
Commander
earlier.
Meredith Vieira.
But we found so many shocking cases
That's
of
who it
magical
is.
corruption, it was decided her actions were justified. If we'd been there when it happened, if we'd looked harder at the root causes...
You're right. Something should have been done.
When faced with a problem, the Seekers would close ranks and crush it. We would find an answer, but only once we felt we weren't being coerced. The moment the mages voted for independence, our response was predictable. It was difficult to watch.
Alright, enough of this. Fine. Talk to her later. Holy smoke. I wish a lot of that stuff would just be like talking to the armor guy. Just a little bit here, a little bit there, boom, you're done. It's like, holy cow, just such long-winded nonsense. Just run right through them like it's nothing. Alright, I'm not going to fool around looking for too much of this elf root, but... Wow, a big chest I can actually loot. Toy soldier. wonder if I could sell that stuff. Alright. So it looks like I can talk to that person too. What's her face? Oh, man.
You're the one they're calling the Herald.
It rather rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
No. I did not join the Order to adjust my faith so easily. But I appreciate what the Inquisition is trying to do, and your role in it. Though you may find not many Templars do. We're a distrustful lot by nature.
Jeez. More of this, huh?
I'd like your take on the Templar Order.
It's a shadow of what it was. Where once we both protected all people from the dangers of magic, we now posture and grab at power. One day, I hope the circles are again sanctuaries where mages can practice their craft.
You're not going to rejoin the Order?
When the temple went up, your forces rescued those few of us still alive. My life is a debt I intend to repay, however I can.
Do you have any idea what caused the explosion?
No, I'm just a recruit.
TNT.
Faith doesn't get you closer to the important meetings. Though that distance did save my life.
How did you come to be a Templar?
It seemed the right thing to do. My family are tradesfolk in Denerim. I could have become a cobbler like my father, but this seemed better. It's a chance to uphold the Chantry's laws and help the mages through a troubled time.
The thief and the cobbler. Templars don't help anything? Holy cow.
How can you see Templars as anything but oppressors?
Some people would ask how I could see mages as anything but unstable weapons. What you forget when you ask that question is that they are people, as perfect as they are flawed. One person trying to do something can make a difference. You should keep that in mind, Harold.
I will talk to you later.
Walk in the Maker's grace. Yes?
Let's try to finish all this up.
You're not going to rejoin the Order?
When the temple went up, your forces rescued. My
Still
life is a debt
fine.
I intend to repay, however I can.
How did you come to be it?
It seemed the right thing to do. My family are We'll see how right I am in time.
Fine.
I will talk to you later.
Walk in the Maker's grace.
Alright, holy smoke. Well, looks like I finally got looks like I finally got all that explored. Okay, fine. She's over there. Alright. So I finally explored all the ups and downs and all arounds. It's like 3 hours just exploring. Like I said earlier, it's like that's what I have to do. Now everyone's causing a ruckus again. I can't hear nothing. Jeez. Alright, let's look at some of this. So that's the main thing, fine. The inner circle, storm. Alright, before I do any of that, let's go back in here. And she's yakking her head off now.
Researcher Menave wishes to verify that the infections have decreased in number.
Okay.
Thank you for your
Thank you.
Are you happy?
Thank you very much, Fraulein. Man, shut the door. Alright, let's talk to Mother Giselle then. Get this.
Greetings, Herald of Andraste. How fares your quest to seal the breach?
I'm trying.
I'm doing everything within my power.
A task such as closing the breach is a heavy burden. I hope you do not carry it alone. We remember Andraste, but Andraste did not carry the Chant of Light alone. She had generals, advisors, even her husband for a time. Do everything within your power, but remember those who would help you.
All right.
I appreciate your insight, Mother Giselle.
Take it for whatever it is worth. You walk a difficult path, and there is little enough I can do to aid you. In any case, I pray this Inquisition proves less brutal than its predecessor.
Investigate.
How are the people doing after what happened at the Conclave?
They are scared, of course. Many have lost home.
All right, let's skip through a lot of this.
Well until you have sealed the... I have offered what help I can. What more do you wish to know?
How are the villagers?
They are terrified. In their minds, the death of a divine... To that
destroyed an enchanted piece, fine.
Farmers have fled their fields. If we do not restore order, half of Thedas may starve. My sisters and I have been tending. Some refugees come with... Beyond that, many... It is little enough work to offer some comfort to those in pain.
All right, come on.
Do you have information on people?
The refugees in the hinterlands are desperate. Without help, starvation or...
Hinterlands.
Villages in Crestwood are besieged. People are vanishing in the hills of... More than that I cannot say. It is a chaotic time for all in...
Farewell.
Until next time.
Alright, so I don't want to go in the war room. Wasn't there a door over here? There's one, I guess. What is this? I feel like there's gonna be something down here I gotta fight. Oh, where the heck? How the heck am I way off in a dungeon? Huh. What the heck is this? Alright, let's loot this. What is this? Intense Rashvine Vitar. Common Vitar. Trained only. Okay. Let's hurry up and read through this then. Founding of the Chantry. Cordelius Draken, king of the city-state of Orlia, was a man of uncommon ambition. In the year 15 Ancient, the young king began construction of the great temple dedicated to the Maker, and declared that by its completion he would not only have united the warring city-states of the south, but have brought in his belief to the world. In 3 Ancient, the temple... In -3 Ancient, the temple was completed. There, in its heart, Draken knelt before the eternal flame of Andraste and was crowned ruler of the Empire of Orlais, whatever. His first act as emperor to declare the Chantry as the established religion of the Empire. It took 3 years and several hundred votes before Orlesia of the Mountain, whatever, was elected to lead the new Chantry. Upon her coronation as divine, she took the name Justiana in honor of the disciple who recorded Andraste's song in the moment the ancient era ended in the divine age. Good. Now what's this? Please tell me it's not long. Jeez. Chantry hierarchy. The divine is a titular head of the Chantry, although since the schism split the Imperial Chantry into its own faction, there are now in fact 2 divines at one time. So there's 2 divines at any one time. One divine, informally called the White Divine, is a woman housed in the Grand Cathedral at Voy-Royaux. The other, known as the Black Divine, is a man housed in the Argent Spire in Minthos. Neither divine recognizes the existence of the other, and the informal names are considered sacrilege, no matter the gender. A divine is addressed as most holy or your perfection. Beneath the rank of the divine is the Grand Cleric. Each Grand Cleric presides over numerous chantries and represents the highest religious authority for the region they travel to Viral, where the religion cleric but otherwise remain where they are assigned, yada yada yada. Beneath the Grand Cleric is the mother, or the imperial chantry. The father, if a mother is in charge of a particular chantry, revered, is appended to her title. These are the priests responsible for the administrating to the spiritual well-being of the flock. A mother or revered mother is addressed as your reverence. Brothers and sisters from the rank and file from the chantry consists of 3 main groups: affirmed, initiates, and clerics. Affirmed are the lay brethren of the chantry, those regular folk who have turned to the chantry for succor, whatever. Often they are succor. Often they are people who have led a difficult or irreligious life and have chosen to go into seclusion, or even orphans and similar unfortunates who were raised in a chantry life. Finally, those folk who take to becoming, yeah. Basically just story and lore. But I want to see what's going on down here, so I need some keys for that. This looks like prison down here. I can take a light. What is all this? This looks pretty cool. Okay. And I will loot that here in a second or 3. Keys. Shocking staff. Okay. Just a lockpick. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Wonder if I'm gonna get busted and stealing stuff. Now you're stealing everything. That's another thing that's weird. It's like I can't tell if I'm stealing anything in this game. Nothing tells me what's going on. Misplaced notes. Now my XP went up. Fine. Codex unlocked. Notes written by one of the scholars responsible for restoring Haven. The note has obviously come loose from a ledger of some sort. It took weeks scrubbing bloodstains from the stone. One of 2 things is true. Either stone is more porous than I thought, or Maker's beard. There must have been a lot of blood. How many people died? I'm so relieved I didn't have to deal with the altars of sacrifice the first arrivals found. Those were tossed off a cliff, I think, so now we just have to deal with the stains on the walls and floors. If this doesn't clean up in a day or 2, I'm asking for some fresh plaster. Maybe we can cover them up. Still, it's not all bad. Haven is a beautiful place, and while working in the dungeons, we found scraps of paper with writing that looks like Brother Ferdinand Genevieve. He was held here for weeks before the Herald found him. Gotcha. So let's take a peep-see and see what's in here. Big bunch of nothing. Okay. Okay, so it looks like this is the only door in this section. So now I'm in like a library. Looks like, holy smokes. Read the scroll then. The disciples of Andraste. The disciples of Andraste are unique in all of history. The cult preceded the chantry. The cult preceded the Chantry and kept itself so hidden and isolated that it actually survived to modern day. The disciples made their home high in the Frostback Mountains in a village called Haven, which is now a sanctuary for pilgrims of the Chantry. It is understood that the disciples were descendants of the first followers of Andraste, who brought her ashes to Federland and built a temple to house it because it had pledged themselves to keeping all the temple's sacred ashes. The disciple of Andraste never left the Frostback. For 900 years they kept strangers away, killing all who came close, and they were completely oblivious to the world that advanced beyond the boundaries of their home. Having developed separately from the traditions of the Eminster Chantry, the disciples were led by revered fathers. However, little is known about the original beliefs from the disciples, for they had turned from their noble heritage by the time they were discovered. Almost all scholars believe that the centuries-long isolation imposed by the village to the necessaries for inbreeding, this practice likely led to a greater insistence of madness, which may explain why the cult was, at the time of discovering in 930, worshipping a high dragon. According to writings discovered in Haven, the disciples of Andraste showed reverence to the dragon, believing it to be the prophet reborn. The egg clutches and dragonlings of the dragon were afforded great honor for being Andraste's offspring and were cared for by the cult. The dragon never attacked the cult, being cunning enough to recognize how this arrangement benefited it. In 930, the disciples were wiped out by the hero Federland, who was on a quest to retrieve the sacred ashes of Andraste. Now, what is this? Oh, man. Bride of the Maker. There was once a tiny fishing village on the Waking Sea that was set upon by the Teventir Imperium, which enslaved the villagers to be sold in the markets of Minrathous, leaving behind only the old and the infirm. One of the captives was a child in Draste. She was raised in slavery in a foreign land. She escaped, then made the long and treacherous journey back to her homeland alone. She arose from nothing to be the wife of whatever, fine. Each day she sang to the gods, asking them to help her people who remained slaves in Teventir. The false gods of the mountains and the winds did not answer her, but the true God did. The Maker spoke. He showed her all the works of his hand, the Fade, the world, and the creatures therein. He showed her how men had forgotten him, lavishing upon idols and demons, and left him there to her fate. But her voice had reached him and so captivated him that he offered her a place at his side that she might rule all of creation. But Andraste would not forsake her people. She begged the Maker to return to save his children from the cruelty of the Imperium. Reluctantly, the Maker agreed to give man another chance. Andraste went back to her husband, Malfred, and told him all that the Maker had revealed to her. Together they rallied the Elmari and marched forth against the Mage Lords of the Imperium, and the Maker was with them. The Maker's sword was creation itself, fire and flood, famine and earthquake. Everywhere they went, Andraste sang to her people of the Maker, and they had heard her. The ranks of Andraste's fathers grew until they were a vast tide, washing over the Imperium. And when Mithras saw that people loved Andraste and not him, a worm grew within his heart, gnawing upon it, like a tapeworm, I guess. At last the armies of Andraste and Malfarith stood before the very gates of Minerva, but Andraste was not with them, for Malfarith had schemed in secret to hand Andraste over to the Teventir. For this, the Argon would give Malfarith all lands in the south of the Waking Sea. And so before all the armies of the Elmari, Andraste was tied to a stake and burned, while her earthly husband turned his armies aside and did nothing, for his heart had been devoured. But as he watched the pyre, the Archon softened. He took pity on Andraste and drew his sword and granted her the mercy of a quick death. The Maker wept for his beloved, cursed Malfarith, cursed mankind for their betrayal, and turned once again from creation, taking only Andraste with him. And Our Lady still sits still inside, where she still urges him to take pity on his children. Okay. The Black City. Well, this one doesn't seem as long. No traveler to the Fade can fail to spot the Black City. It is one of the few constants of that ever-changing place. No matter where one might be, the city is visible, always far off, for it seems that the only rule of geography in the Fade is that all points are indistinguished from the Black City. The chant teaches that the Black City was once the seat of the Maker, from whence he ruled the Fade, left empty when men turned away from him. Dreamers do not go there, nor do spirits. Even the most powerful demons seem to avoid the place. It was golden and beautiful once, so the story goes, until a group of powerful magister lords from the Tevinid Imperium devised a means of breaking in. When they did so, their presence defiled the city, turning it black, which was perhaps the least of their worries. Okay. Wonder if eventually I'll wind up in the Fade and see all this stuff going on. Just bonks his head on it. Okay, holy smoke. Let's get out of here.
I will take these injuries. Ah, Lord Trevelyan. May I have a moment?
There is but one God, and he is our maker.
Alright, so I was in here before. Whatever, what is this? The Children of Andraste. I'm not gonna read any of this. This is getting old real quick. The Maker. There was no word for heaven or for earth, for sea or sky. All that existed was silence. Then the voice of the Maker rang out the first word, and his word became all that might be. Dream and idea, hope and fear, endless possibilities. And from it made his firstborn. And he said to them, in my image I forge you. To you I give domination over all that exists. By your will may all things be done. Then in the center of heaven he called forth a city with tower of gold, streets with music for cobblestones and banners which flew without wind. There he dwelled, waiting to see wonders his children would create. The children of the Maker gathered before his golden throne and sang hymns of praise unending, but their songs were the songs of the cobblestones. They shone with the golden light reflected from the Maker's throne. They held forth banners that flew on their own. And the voice of the Maker shook the Fade, saying, in my image I have wrought my firstborn. You have been given domination over all that exists. By your will all things are done, yet you do nothing. The realm I have given you is formless, ever-changing. And he knew he had wrought amiss. So the Maker turned from his firstborn and took from the Fade a measure of its living flesh and placed it apart from the spirits and spoke to it, saying, here I decree opposition in all things, for earth, sky, for winter, summer, for darkness, light. By my will alone is balance sundered, and the world given new life. And no longer was it formless, ever changing, but held fast, immutable, with words for heaven and earth, sea and sky. At last did the Maker from the living world make men immutable at the substance of earth, with souls made of dream and idea, hope and fear, endless possibilities. Then the Maker said, to you, my second-born, I grant this gift, and your heart shall burn an unquenchable flame, all-consuming and never satisfied. From the Fade I crafted you, and to the Fade you shall return each night in dreams, that you may always remember me. And then the Maker sealed the gates of the Golden City, and there he dwelled, waiting to see the wonders his children would create.
The voice of the Maker rang out.
Alright, now you guys are yakking it up. Alright, I'm gonna go in here and talk to this what's-her-face real quick. Get this out of the way.
If you're not using them later, Segrit is...
Yes, Ambassador?
I'd like to discuss your parents.
What? Let's just flirt with everyone.
A little sudden, but it's time someone made an honest man of me.
What? Very amusing. This is serious. I'd like to dispatch a courier asking the bands of House Trevelyan to align themselves with us. What are your thoughts? Should we approach your family for their formal support of the Inquisition?
If that's what you want, I'll send a letter to my family. They'll respect the request if it comes from me.
Wonderful. That will save time. Val Royeaux has noted your lineage. It gives the Inquisition some legitimacy, although not so much as we'd hoped.
Why not?
You are from Ostwick. Orlesian nobles consider the Free Marches somewhat quaint.
The blood of our nobility is just as old as theirs, if not older.
Orlais lives by its own standards, Herald. I meant no offense to the virtue of your family. Speaking of which, I should thank you for your patience with the simple quarters. The accommodations in Haven are surely rough for someone of your birth.
I haven't even found a place for the rest, but whatever.
Don't worry about me. Haven's more than livable.
Really? If that is how you feel, I'm pleased to hear it. Until next time, my lord.
My lord, huh?
What may I do for you?
How do you and Liliana know each other?
We moved through similar circles. I believe we actually met in Val Royeaux. Liliana was quite an accomplished player of the game by then.
What exactly do you mean when you say, the game?
Triple H.
Forgive me. The game refers to the slow duels of influence among them. It's a rather light-hearted name for the matter, but Orlesians are fond of playful touches.
What business are the Monteliers in?
We began as merchants. We once sent entire fleets across the waking sea.
But not anymore?
No. These days, our vessels are a touch more modest.
I'd swear our families have met before.
Perhaps.
Great Aunt Lucille always did love a party.
I don't recall seeing you at any of them.
I was less than sterling company when I was younger.
Modest in temper, bold in deed.
You know the Trevelyan family motto?
Heraldry is a passion of mine.
What did you do before coming here?
I had the great honor of serving at... I'm also first in line to become the head of House Montelier, though my siblings attend to our mercantile affairs.
How strong are your past loyal...
I would never have given up my position if I did not intend... We cannot fall back on borders. If anything, the alliances I forged there may help our current cause.
Do you think the Inquisition will continue?
If we prove ourselves by healing the breach, people may turn to us. Protection, counsel, justice. The Inquisition offered these once to those in need.
Tell me, do you believe I was saved by...
I should much like to... The miracles Andraste performed were so long ago, they're... Well, in any case, many already believe you walk in the Maker's light.
Let's speak later.
Goodbye. Greetings.
Alright, let's finish this up.
What exactly does your job entail?
I meet with ambassadors from We are a young cause. Diplomacy is essential to our credibility.
Then you speak for the
I do. As well as prevent controversy as news of us spreads.
How heavily are...
Make no mistake. Many are willing. I intend to see that they are.
Tell me how you came to work for the...
I'd been considering leaving my... There's such unrest in that. It's to everyone's benefit if we prevent the Mage-Templar conflict from spreading further.
So, was it the
The full impact of the violence must be curbed before we see it turn to full-scale war.
I can only imagine the bloodshed.
I'm afraid history holds many examples of what will happen if it does.
What do the people make of?
Despite our fame, we're low on steadfast allies. We must aim for more.
Any visiting dignitary?
Sir Griffith of Denerim. He's defeated Darkspawn, slain Just don't ask him about it over dinner. What may I do for you?
What do the people make of us?
Despite our fame, we're low on steadfast allies. We must aim for more.
Any thoughts on the people?
Who did you mean?
Holy smoke, it just keeps going and going. Cullen.
Commander Cullen came to mind.
The commander isn't... Still, he does sometimes resemble the man with a hammer to whom everything appears as a nail.
I was thinking of Cassandra.
Seeker Pentagast is a princess of the Kingdom of Nevarra, or... She was not interested when I... Still, the Inquisition would not have formed without Cassandra. She's an extraordinarily driven woman.
What's your impression of Solon?
I suppose I should be wary of an apostate, but... And he has the most fascinating stories.
Rogue. Like a good old Varric.
I was thinking of Varric.
Oh, I could listen to his... He actually let me read a chapter of his next book. It's excellent, but a bit different from his past works. Only 3 beheadings so far.
Alright.
Let's speak later.
Another time.
You've brought back some fascinating things. We're putting them to good use.
I'm surprised that even in a...
I don't like using magic to fight. I like studying. I like performing rituals. I liked having the Templars around to keep us safe.
Mages need protection.
The Dalish they gave me a pack and sent me into the woods to find my own life. I was 7 years old.
I'm so sorry.
I stumbled into a village, starving and cold a few weeks later. I started... The villagers saw me make fire in my fist. Templars saved me from them. They gave me food. I've seen what life is like without the Templars, and I want no part of it. I just want to study.
You said Cassandra has you
Yes. If you find... I may be able to find some... At the least, some materials are useful for making potions or gear for the Inquisition.
Why did you just...
I like the outdoors. When some But once you... So much of this world is...
Alright. Come on.
You said that you were keeping...
Yes. Most circle... They don't have... It's a shame. I like them better than most people.
I'm glad they have someone who cares about...
They deserve better when they stud. But the Templar... If not for that, I don't know. Doesn't really matter now.
I'll speak with you later.
Thank you again for what you've...
Alright, holy smoke.
Yes. Good. If you find anything, please bring it in.
Alright. Summon War Council. Okay, let's get this heck out of here. Well, let's go to the apothecary real quick. I want to see if I can do that potion upgrade yet. Huh. All right. Enough of that. So it looks like I got everything figured out. Fine. Let's go to the journal just to see what we got. Alright. Well, before that, I'm going to save it. I think I'm going to get on out of here. Whew. And that was a lot of fooling around and exploring. But I needed to do that. Figure out how this game is played. Pretty much 3 hours of exploring. Let's check something though. So we'll start out, we'll go all the way down to the bottom. So power required, we're on a 4, I can't do that. The hinterlands. Can't do any of this, huh, except for the hinterlands. All right. Nah, I already did all that stuff, and that just irritating. Fine. I'm gonna save hit real quick. It's already in progress. All right. Well, while that's, I'm gonna come down here. I just want to check a little bit. Check something, and then I'm gonna get the heck out of here. 3:30 in the morning. Holy crap. Let's look at the quest map. World map. The heck does that mean? World map. Okay, so it doesn't really look like this area is too big. I want to see what the heck the world map is. Now what? I'm gonna see. Holy cow. I didn't know he did that on his own. Nugs. So that's a nug, I guess. Oh, so this is traveling out of... I gotcha. Let's get out of here then. All right. So let's stay on this path for now. I think I want to do that. More nug skin. So I kind of want to just stay on these paths before we go fooling off too much out in the middle of no man's land. See, and that's the irritating thing, is it's like, oh yeah, look at all this stuff that's around here. Look at all this stuff around you. It's all elf root. It's like, oh jeez. Give me something different. So now there's a house over. Oh, I know where this is. Yeah, I was here before. Okay. Well, let's just see what's over this way then. Probably will not allow me. I wonder how high up it'll let me go. About that far, huh? Gotcha. The heck was that? Probably a nug. Alright, so it is kind of nice. It's not like some super humongous... What the heck? What was that?
Might as well turn around.
I'm trying, but whatever. So it is kind of nice that they keep it from being like a huge, ginormous open world thing. Like Skyrim. Otherwise, it's like, yeah, just run wherever you want. At least here it does keep it linear, and it does make it... does seem like to be a pretty good game for live streaming, at least then. Otherwise, it's just like, holy cow, where do I even go? What if you run out of arrows? Hey. Now I know that house was here. Is there anything I can find in between? Friggin' fall damage. Stupid. I wonder if he heals on his own. Probably not. Alright, so I went up there and was not allowed to go anywhere, and that's fine. I wonder if it'll what are these two being all sneaky about? Okay, looks like a bridge. Alright, let's get back over here and get back on this path. Thought it was something else, but it's fine. Now let's look at the map. See, it's not even saying that I'm on a road. What is up with that? Looks like we got some sort of a shack up here. Okay, and yeah, that's all the trebuchet stuff. Maybe, I don't know where I'm at now. See where the heck am I going? So I'm going up to this bridge then. Interesting. I have no idea where I'm going. No idea what this is supposed to be. What? Where the heck am I? She won't open that. Huh. Okay. I can loot some stuff. So I wonder if this is supposed to be some sort of a quest then. What the heck? That was crazy. Okay. That's interesting. So I'm just not allowed to leave. Like I get that, I can go down there and die, but apparently just by me hopping out of the boundary. The Penitent's Crossing. Pilgrims seeking to visit the Temple of Sacred Ashes are allowed to ride as far as the bridge known as Penitent's Crossing. Then, whether they be sick or healthy, young or aged, the pilgrims are expected to walk by the temple sisters who supervise the bridge. All but the very sick and old are asked to shed heavy coats as they cross the bridge, allowing the cutting winds to strip prideful fixation upon the wool from their flesh. The bridge is also of significant military value and used especially for the purpose in the year since the Fifth Blight as a checkpoint against bandits, rebels, or even darkspawn stragglers. The bridge served as a defensible fortification, protecting the temple. Blah blah blah. Or the sisters. If this is the bridge, where are the sisters? And does it want me to take my clothes off now? Unless that's the bridge over there. It's a lot of dead bodies. Holy cow. So if I jump over here, yeah, that'll kill me. If I jump on this rock, yeah. Interesting. What about up here? Just pushes me off, huh? So it actually, there's a wall here. I'm actually not allowed to. And that's crazy. Won't let me through there. So then I should die if I come down here then. Maybe not. I can come under the bridge though. It's weird. Huh. So there really isn't too much going on here. I'm still kind of confused about like just the quests in general. Like what do I do for a quest? It's like all the side missions and side quests are all locked. I can't do anything. And then when I went to do the main quest, it was like I wasn't strong enough to do anything. Oh, alright, fine, forget it. Let's get out of here. I'm going to save and then I'm going to cut the live stream. And then, whatever. What's today? Today's Friday. Well, I guess theoretically now it's Saturday. So whatever, I guess my next live stream, I guess, will be Sunday evening. Sunday night. Before I do that, let's level up. Bloodied prey. So fine, let's do that. So I have 0 points to spend, that's fine. All right. And I don't want to fool with this quite yet. Let's leave that alone. Well, let's save. Holy smoke. Alrighty, so I think I'm going to cut the live stream here in a bit. I just want to check the quest map. I want to see what the heck I have selected. That's what I have selected. Gotcha. The war room. Quest 1 of 2. See, which one is that? I don't want to go to the hinterlands. Okay, so I wonder now, what if I... Huh. So that veil, whatever it is... The red lyrium. I guess, yeah, primeval red lyrium deposits found. I just gotta find that randomly in different spots, so I can't even necessarily set that. I can't do that one. The hinterlands. Okay, so I guess I literally have to leave this area and go to the hinterlands. It does not look like I can really do anything else. See, I feel like I have to keep talking to more people. Like, I feel like I have to go into the war room and talk to a bunch of people and trigger quests for around this area. But apparently not, so I guess I'm done. So I guess I'm going to call the live stream, and I guess next time I will be going to the hinterlands and actually doing something for once. So, yeah, I guess that's that, huh? Alright, well, whatever. Thanks, everyone who decided to stop by. Hopefully, whoever stopped by and watched actually enjoyed it. And I guess I will see you guys next time.